What's going on, guys? It's your boy. We're back with another episode of Scary Hours podcast. Today we're going to be talking about what did Muhammad's revelations actually look like. Subtitle: Temporal Lobe and a Friend. So basically, we're going to be talking about what did Muhammad's revelations actually look like. You know what I'm saying? Because according to certain hadith, they say that it's supposedly this guy Waraka, when Muhammad described what the revelation looked like, he said, oh, brother, that's the angel Gabriel, right? But when you actually look at it, Waraka being a Christian, if he would have thought the angel Gabriel, he specifically said that's the angel Gabriel who came to Moses, right? But actually, we're going to see that that's actually a lie. So he just made that up. Either he made it up or whoever wrote this hadith made it up. But either way, they made a very weak connection. So we're going to find that out today, all right? So we're going to be reading through all the sources of the hadith that describe Muhammad's experiences while he was receiving revelation from his first revelation and going forward. And we're going to see, did they all look the same? Did they look different? What did the people actually see? And things of that nature. Okay, so let me just go ahead, guys, if you could do me that favor and tap the screen so that we can get people coming up and we can get this out to more people. We got our first guest. Let me see who it is. It's a gentleman named There's a List. Let me bring him up.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's up? There's a List. How you doing, boss?
I'm all right. If you don't mind, can I know what's your faith so I understand how to at least we can.
So I used to be a Christian, but I'm at the point in my life now where I've decided that basically everything as far as religion is a fairy tale. That's where I'm at.
So, okay, Christianity is the least logical religion, and you know that.
No.
Why don't you have lives? Let me finish, sir, if you don't mind. Why don't you have some discussions about how Christianity is, if you left it, there definitely is illogical, and now you're defending it. It seems a bit weird.
Do you actually want to know, or are you just here to cry?
No, I want to know, but I think you're.
Okay, so it sounds like you just want to cry, because I don't want to care. I don't really care if you.
I didn't cry. I'm just asking you a question.
If you're just here to bother me, okay? Because if you're just here to bother me, no, you're not. I'm not panicking. I just want to make sure if you're being sincere.
Yeah.
Are you being sincere?
Very sincere.
Okay, so when I give you my answer, okay, so when I give you my answer, are you going to be happy or are you going to keep complaining?
No, I'm not going to keep complaining because, for example, Judaism in the Talmud said a girl can marry a 3-year-old. A 3-year-old can get married in Nida 44 in the Mishnah.
The Talmud,
and you don't have a problem with that. Then you attack Islam. It sounds a bit weird.
The Talmud doesn't say that.
You wanna bet? What if I show it to you?
I've seen
it.
Okay,
go to the Talmud.
I've seen it already.
I'm gonna give you the reference.
Brother, I know what you're talking about.
So why do you say it doesn't say that?
Because it doesn't say. It doesn't say.
So why do you
go? It doesn't say go marry a 3-year-old. Okay, it doesn't say that. It says if.
No, it says you are allowed to marry a 3-year-old.
No, it does not. It doesn't say that. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's not the point of the verse.
Look at him now. You're exposed, my friend. Look at him exposed. He's exposed.
You can call it whatever you want.
I just exposed this guy.
You can call it whatever you want. You can call it whatever you want. Do you?
Are you a Christian?
Okay, look. You want to see how how silly you sound? You want to see how silly you sound? Okay, now are you allowed to marry a 3-year-old?
Look at him now, because he says he's not a Christian and not a Jew. And now when we talk about the Talmud, and
so why do you bring it up? If you're also allowed to marry a 3-year-old, then why do you bring it up?
Put it up. Let's read it.
Okay.
Let's read it.
So we have two religions according to you. So according to you, then we would have two religions that let you marry minors, then, right?
No, because I don't know why you don't have a problem with.
This is why I don't. And then this is why I don't. You see now why I don't. You see why I don't. You see why I don't believe in religion now.
Yeah, you see.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for making my point.
But you have no. But
thank you for making my point.
Never talk about
now we have
Judaism.
two religions.
You're running now.
This guy's like, yeah, I'm allowed to marry a 3-year-old, but so do you. No, okay, so this is why I don't believe in religion. See?
You got exposed. So Muslims don't come up to this
brother,
guy.
I don't really care, dude. Go cry somewhere else, dude. Shut up. Go cry somewhere else, dude. I don't care. The verse in the Talmud is talking about what happens if a 3-year-old gets raped. And it does say if that happens, then you should not consider her unworthy for marriage, because obviously it's not the little girl's fault that she got raped. That's not what it's talking about. And at the end of the day, I don't care. Like, even if it did say that, that's why I don't believe in religion, because people find stupid things in it and then they say, oh, I'm allowed to do all this weird crap. Okay? So now that you got that out of your system, what about yours? Doesn't your book give you the exact prescription about who's allowed to get married? And does it not say for those who have not yet menstruated? How old is that? Anyway, we're here to talk about your religion, okay? That's what we're here to do, okay? Whether you like it or whether you don't like it, so what? So what?
Yeah, you said it's not there. Can you show it? Can you put it up?
Can
you go to Talmud? Yeah, no, yes, in Talmud, Nida 44.
Okay, here, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
You sure you never saw this before?
Yeah, put it up.
You sure you never saw this before?
That's it. Just put it up.
Okay, I'm about to. Hold on.
Let's read it together. Let's educate everyone.
All right, let's read it. Ready?
Nida 44b.
I got it. 1 second. Where's my window at? Okay. All right, here it is. All right, can you read it?
No, go ahead and read it. Go ahead.
All right, and
look at him. He's going to the Quran.
And those who never expect, and those who do not expect menstruation
look at this guy.
among your women,
man.
if you doubt, then their period is 3 months. And also for those who have not yet menstruated. What is that, my brother? What does that say?
Yes.
Those who, what do you mean those who have not yet menstruated?
You want to go to the tafsir?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let's read it. Let's read it. Let's read it. Let's read it. Here.
This guy.
Here it is.
He ran.
Here it is. Here it is. Look. The same. Look, the tafsir. Look at the tafsir. The same for the young. The same for the young. The same for the young who have not reached the years of menstruation. Oh my God. Disgusting. 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 Look at your tafsir. Look at your tafsir. Look at it. Look at your tafsir. Stare at it. Read it. Read it. Read. Read.
You got exposed.
Read.
Why don't you show the Mishnah?
Read.
I'll read it as soon as you show the Mishnah. Go show us the Talmud.
Read.
Look at him acting like a buffoon.
I'm acting like Gabriel. I'm acting like Gabriel. This is how Gabriel acted. This is how Gabriel acted. Read. Read. It's the same way. Yeah. Okay. No problem. And now I know you're Muslim. So what? So what? Go cry. Go cry. You asked me for the tafsir. You asked me for the tafsir. Read it. Read it. Here's your tafsir. Read it. Read your tafsir, buddy. Read it. Read it. Read it. Nope. I don't care. I don't care. Dude, I'm not a Jew. I don't care. I'm not a Jew.
Yes, you are. You just exposed yourself.
Yeah, I'm a Jew. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm a Jew. Yeah. I don't care, dude. I don't believe in religion. I don't care. I don't care, bro. I don't care. You can cry to somebody else, bro.
He doesn't want to read. He doesn't want to expose.
Are you gonna read tafsir or not? Are you gonna read it or not? Are you gonna read it or not? Are you gonna read it or not?
And he has no problem with a 3-year-old getting married.
Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't care. You're going to sit here and be like, well, yeah, I'm allowed to do it, but so are the Jews. I don't care, dude. That's not the conversation I want to have. Don't care. Anybody who thinks this is okay is wrong. This is why I don't have a religion, you see? Very simple, bro. Imagine me showing you that your book tells you that you're allowed to marry a little kid, and you say, well, the Jews do it too. What the hell kind of excuse is that, bro? Like, shut up. Anyway, we're going to be reading today about Muhammad, okay? That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Prophet Muhammad. What did his revelations look like? And what was really going on? Okay? Because some people seem to think that this was the angel Gabriel. And we're going to go through who told Muhammad that it was the angel Gabriel. And did it even look like an angel Gabriel? That's what we're going to be talking about today, okay? So tap the screen, guys. Go ahead, keep tapping. Appreciate everybody who's tapping. Let me just finish setting up on the YouTube side. Okay. And for everybody who thinks that I'm mean or whatever, I don't care, dude. I don't really care. Because yes, this is unfortunately a conversation that has to get that way. Why? Because your book says to unalive me. How about that? How come you don't say that's disrespectful? Right? Your book says that I'm the worst of all creation. How come that's not disrespectful? Do you condemn that? No, right? So leave me alone, bro. I could really care less what you guys think about me. But anyway, keep tapping the screen, guys, so we can get this out to more people. We're going to keep exposing no matter what. It really doesn't matter. YOLO. Let me, oh, Jesus, what did I do? I'm going to finish setting up real quick on the YouTube and on the TikTok while you guys tap the screen. Tap the screen, guys, because you know what? I found out basically that, you know, we have to have positive interaction on the app. You know what I'm saying? If we don't have positive interaction on the app, then TikTok basically takes it as if nobody wants to watch these things, right? But we know they do. We know they do want to watch it because we always have a good time, right? So if you guys are enjoying it, I'm not asking you for money or nothing like that. Just, if you could just tap the screen at least for me. Tap the screen, send a penny or two. You know, a rose is a penny, I think. You know, send a penny or two. What's up, Die Knight?
What's up, Baldy? How you doing?
Good, man. What you got?
You're blessed.
Very blessed.
In the name of your Lord and mine's. Amen.
What's his name? Wait, what's his name?
Allah.
Okay. I actually wanted to talk about that today. It's very interesting. Did you know about the story about how Muhammad first received his revelation?
Shit, hold on.
Take your time. Take your time.
Let me just take my TV.
Yeah. I hear him. You got a younger one in the back there. David, what's popping, David?
Hey, Scary, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm back.
All right, Dynamite. So the thing that I find interesting, right, is when Muhammad first receives his revelation, he obviously, you know, he gets distressed, right? And there's a couple of very interesting things that I find super interesting. First of all, he's getting told to read, right? Gabriel says read, Ikra. But then Muhammad says, I don't know how to read. Right. So what was he supposed to read?
So the angel and him at first, the angel was telling him to read. He didn't know what he was going to read up until the divine revelation. That's where it comes in, and that's where the conversation carries on.
Yeah, but sister, we need to be consistent, right? So was he being told to read? This is what I want to pin down here. Was he being told to read or was he being told to recite? Because the word is the same. The word is the same. It's Ikra the whole time, right?
Yes.
So it's the same word, but whenever we talk about this story, Muslims always say, oh no, he was being told to read. And then you show them something else and say, oh no, actually I mean recite. And then they keep going back and forth. So I want to know from you, which one is it?
So Iqra means to recite, to read.
No, you see, you're doing it. No, you can't, sister. No. Which one is it? Which one is it? No, it's not to recite, to read. You can't say, fly means to fall down and sit at the same time. Right? Which one is it? Which one is it, sister? Please pick one. Huh?
Classical Arabic is not like English.
Sister, sister.
It's called a book.
Sister.
It's not like that.
Sister, look, let me tell you why this doesn't make any sense, right? Let me tell you why this doesn't make any sense. Let's read it. Okay, let's read it. So look. So let's get into the story. So here it is, Sahih Bukhari 4953, narrated Aisha, the wife of the Prophet. The commencement of the inspiration to Allah's messenger was in the form of true dreams in his sleep, right? That's number one. For he never had a dream, but it turned out to be true and clear as the bright daylight. Then he began to like seclusions. So he used to go in seclusion in the cave of Hira.
Yeah, and
where he used to.
That was even before the revelation as well, but yeah.
Right. And then he used to go in seclusion in the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah continuously for many nights before going back to his family to take the necessary provision of food for the stay. He came back to his wife Khadijah again to take provision of food likewise, till one day he received guidance while he was in a cave of Hira. An angel came to him and asked him to read. Now, this is very important. His answer here, hold on, sister. His answer here is going to tell you what he was being told. He was told to read, and what was his answer? Allah's messenger replied, I do not know how to read.
Yes, because he was
So that
illiterate.
means,
He was
right, he was illiterate,
illiterate.
no problem, no problem.
Yes.
But now we know what the word means, right? When the angel said Iqra, he meant
So,
read.
so why are you not saying the verse after that? Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi
I'm gonna keep going. Sister,
Recite
I
in
have
the
this
name
whole
of your
thing
Lord.
highlighted. I have this whole thing highlighted. We're gonna read all of it. Just chill. I'm just giving you piece by piece. So the point here is that by his answer, he said, I don't know how to read. It wouldn't make sense for the angel to mean recite. Right?
But that's what Iqra means. I've literally got the
All right.
thingy.
All
that,
right, sister. All right. I'm done here.
Oh,
I'm
he
done.
doesn't
Thank you
want
very
it
much.
again.
God bless you. Today I got a lot to get through on this episode. There's a lot of points to cover, so I'm not going to be really arguing with people. If you're not really tracking and you can't even at least acknowledge that you see, okay, this is a little weird here, right? There is a little bit of an issue with this way it's been written, then I'm not going to argue with you, okay? Kishan, are you Muslim? David, you're not Muslim, right? I'm assuming.
Can you stop
course
being
not.
emotional and dropping me?
Huh? No, but Dinah, look, because this is the thing, sister. Like, I can't, like,
I-
you know what? This is what I'm saying to you. Let me say something to you, okay? I go out of my way, right? And I'm pretty sure I read the Quran more than most Muslims, bro. Like, for real. And I'm pretty sure I read more hadiths and more tafsirs, too. And then for you guys to come up here and just act like I don't read English is crazy. Like, I know how to read, okay? And I know how to deduce. I know how to extrapolate information.
Why are you being disingenuous by deducing it to one word when you know classical Arabic is not like that? Why?
So
Is it for you to portray
I'm
to
trying
your
I'm trying to
people?
give you all right, I'm giving you an answer. So I know that classical Arabic could have different meanings of words, right? And I would actually be interested to look this up and find out exactly what this word means. But what I know
Do you know
also,
what the root word? Do you
Dinah,
know what the
please,
root
for the
word
love
is?
of God, let me finish. But what I also know is that the word itself, if it has different meanings, then you have to pick the which meaning it is by the context, no?
You don't pick, but I mean, yes, but again, you can't just pick it out. It is already written there for you. There's a root meaning for everything. You can't just say, "Oh, it sounds like that," so I think it's in context of this.
Sister, you told me that the word ikra could mean two things. Did you not?
It actually means a couple of things. I'm turning on my phone
Okay.
right now to give you the reference. Give me 1 second, please. Talk to someone else. Give me a sec.
Here, let's take a look at. Let's just ask Grok what it means. Okay, let's just see. And I've never looked this up, so maybe I'll be surprised here.
Unlike you, I don't just guess what I want to
Sister,
believe. I'll
please.
show you
I
reference.
guarantee you're about to do a bunch of guessing in a second. Give me a second.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see if you're gonna run as well.
Yeah, I'm here all day. I'm gonna be here for a bunch of hours, so I'm definitely not going anywhere.
My phone's turning back on. So Iqra just means to read, to recite, to proclaim. And we're gonna look at the root words and everything, and we're gonna understand why it means all of that. Okay?
Why does it give me the definition in Russian? Okay, so yeah, perfect. So AI is saying it means read or recite, right? Okay, so now
Proclaim. Always the proclaim part as well.
it's the same thing. Recite is the same as proclaim. Why are you adding nonsense?
Oh, so why is recite not the same as read? Why do you differentiate those two? Huh?
Because I'm trying to figure out what did the angel want. Okay, why does Muhammad say I don't know how to read then?
This is called special pleading, guys. Where
No,
you see
okay,
certain
bro.
stuff that you
Get
don't
the hell out of
make
my life,
sense
bro.
to.
Get the hell out of my life, bro. Yeah, so Muhammad is just crazy, right? Muhammad he just saying stuff for no reason. She's like, brother, the word means recite. Okay, so that just means to talk out loud. And Muhammad is saying, I don't know how to recite. What the hell does that mean? He can't talk all of a sudden? What are you talking about? The problem is that you guys know that this is a huge conundrum and you don't want to admit it. Just admit it. It's okay. It's weird, bro. The Bible has weird stuff too, right? Everybody's book has a weird thing. No problem. In the Bible, it says that there was light and then God created the sun. And when you tell the Christians that, they're gonna be like, I don't know, the light came from the something like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing here. Just it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not even the whole point. What's up, Jan and Hubai?
Hello,
What's up, bro? Yeah. Not
you guys
only
doing?
did
I'm okay.
Muhammad say I don't know how to read
To
once.
be honest, I didn't.
He said it three
oh,
times. He said I cannot read 3 times. Whereas then Jubilee went ahead and squeezed him for him to recite.
Exactly. So Jabril could have been like, bro, I'm not asking you to read. I'm asking you to recite, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
He
He could have
coulda
made
just
it
told
a
him-
differentiation.
Yeah,
exactly.
he could have just told him, bro, I'm not asking you to read. There's no book. There's nothing in my hand. What are you talking about? Read. I'm not
He
asking
could
you
have
to
just
read.
said recite
But he
after
doesn't.
me.
Yeah, he could have just said repeat after me, right? Very simple. But he doesn't do that. So Muslims, I'm sorry, but this is a conundrum for you. It's like, but now I understand. Is this going to change your whole life? No, obviously it doesn't. I'm not even saying this is the biggest deal. I'm just pointing this out. So if you can't even get through this without being honest, imagine how am I going to get through the rest of the story?
Okay, can you read? Are you coherent? I'm gonna put it on
Oh my God.
the screen so you don't run.
I don't know. You might have to press me a couple times. I don't know.
Yeah, because you see, with these people, they go circular reasonings. They go round and round till they make you confused. I'm gonna here go.
The fact that we just said everything that we just said, and to everybody watching, this makes perfect sense. And the fact that you even think that there's even a possibility. You are trying to refute it. That's what's hilarious.
I'm giving you the actual root meaning and everything. I'm not refuting
Sister,
what's in the
I
Quran.
agree. I already agreed with you that recite means read or recite, or Iqra means read or recite.
Recite, proclaim. And
yes,
I'm giving
I don't
you
have any
the
problem
root
with that.
for
The only thing I'm asking you is which one did the angel mean? You can't mean
So
all
how
three at the
No.
same time.
How can you say
Not
which
only
one
that,
did he
Scary, right?
mean
Even
when
if it's
it
recite, they
literally-
still
hold
have a
on one
problem
sec.
here
One-
because what is
Brother,
Jibril
one
asking
sec,
them to
please. Let me
recite
finish
here?
about.
Exactly.
I'll give it back to you.
No, the thing
Just
about
a
it is
minute.
that if he was saying recite, then it wouldn't make sense for the prophet to say, I don't know how to read.
Exactly.
Either way, it's
yeah.
weird. It's just a weird story.
The word, yes, it separates. It has synonyms. The way the English makes
Oh my God,
it gives
bro.
it all the synonyms.
Sister, let
okay?
me ask. I'm
That
gonna
does
ask you
not
this one
mean
last time, and then I'm just never gonna allow you back up until maybe tomorrow. Okay?
But I don't think I'm going to come back
That's
up with your
that's
dumb
totally
ass.
fine.
Like,
That's totally fine. I could really care. I could really care less,
what I'm
sister. I could
saying.
really care less what you have to say
Okay,
to me. Okay?
then. Ciao,
Okay. Bye,
that's fine.
bye, Felicia.
Fine.
So at the
Bye,
end of the day,
Felicia.
this is what Muslims always do, right? They make it so where the Arabic is pretty much incomprehensible. You can never know what the meaning is. As long as the meaning is somehow, how does the meaning always end up with you're wrong and I'm right? That's what it always. If you want to know what a word means, just figure out how can the Muslim person be right.
Yo, what's good?
And that's how you get the real definition of a word. That's pretty much what you're gonna see. What's up? I'm talking now.
The bigger issue
who's
here,
going
Scary,
next?
is
Whoever
if-
said
if-
what's up. Whoever said what's up.
Oh, that was me.
What's up?
What's
Hold on,
up?
let the other guy speak real quick and make his point. Go ahead, brother, and then you go.
Yeah.
My point?
So
No, the other
when,
guy.
when Muhammad says I don't know how to read, right? The bigger issue is, right, what exactly is he trying to read here? Because the Quran tells us that it was compiled. Well, we know that the Quran was compiled after the Prophet said.
Right. There's no
over
book. There's no
23
book.
years.
Yeah, there's no book. Right. We know that already. So that's the thing. It doesn't make any sense. Go ahead. Whoever said what's up, you're next.
All right. I don't know what what his point was. Hubble. I don't know what his point
He was
was.
saying that there was no book. So what was he being told to read? You do know what his point. How can you not see that?
Oh, I mean, wasn't he told to recite something?
Okay, so this
Well,
is what
you
I've
need a
been
book
asking
to
back.
recite?
So this is what I've been asking back and forth. Which one did he mean? Did he mean recite or did he mean read?
Oh, angel came to him and asked him to read.
Which one?
Yeah, maybe he's
Read
asking
what?
him, "Yo, can you read?"
Look.
Yeah,
He's
read-
going
read
back and
what?
forth. You see, he just
Yeah,
came.
Benny, read.
He just said he told him to
Anyway, I
recite.
don't
Do you
know
need
what
a
the-
book? He said, "Do you even goes? Do you need a book to recite? No, obviously, right? So, but then now he realized his blunder. He's like, no, I think he said read. So which one is it, bro? Pick. Which one is it? Did he tell him to recite or did he tell him to read?
He told him to read.
Okay, so you're
Read
going with
what?
read, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Then read what?
Wait, so are you like a Jew or something?
Yeah, I'm
or
a Jew.
Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Jew.
Oh,
I'm
a Jew. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, this live
it
makes sense now.
Makes sense, brother.
All right,
Alhamdulillah,
got you.
brother.
Yo, we should focus on your Talmud, no?
Yeah. I'm Talmud. Yeah. Okay,
A
now
bunch
tell
of
me
stories,
what.
no?
Okay, now tell me what. Tell me what he
Deflection.
was supposed to read, because you just
Wait,
gave
wait,
your
wait,
answer. Now
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
me what he was supposed to read. There's no book. What he's supposed to read.
He was supposed to read a script that the angel passed down.
So you're telling me that the angel Gabriel came down with a book in his hand.
Well, just like the Gospels, just like the Torah, there was
Brother,
something
I don't
to read.
look. I'm not. I'm fine with you.
Doesn't
if
necessarily
you're-
have to be a book, can be in
there
stone.
First of all, just like the gospel, just like none of that. No books ever came down from heaven before. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no books are being held down, but you know the Torah was in writing on like stone, right? It could be read in stone.
Right. But
The
it
way
didn't
God-
come,
the way
it didn't
God
come,
passes his
it didn't come
messages, it can
down.
be-
So I'm
you
asking
can
you,
read
okay,
it.
so where can I see that verse that you're talking about now, in the Quran or in the Hadith?
What verse?
Where a book came down with Gabriel.
Well, not necessarily a book, but you do have to read something, so
I
it doesn't
think
have
what
to
he
Here,
does-
necessarily be a
let's
book.
do. Let
It
me
can
let
be
me
written.
let me help you.
It
Let's
can be
just
recited
read,
through
let's just
voice,
read,
through mouth.
Let me just read. Let me just read the rest of the hadith. so we
Whatever,
can
bro.
see.
You're a Jew. Who
Danny,
cares about
does
this
it-
live?
Danny, does it matter? Does it?
No,
Does
yo,
it make a
yo.
difference
To
for
be
you,
honest,
Danny? Does it make a difference for you?
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah, they just get so baked off of this one thing. All right, so let's just see if there was a book. Okay, let's just keep reading. So,
Hello.
yeah, hold on a second, brother. We're gonna read the rest of the hadith. Okay. Till one day he received guidance while he was in the cave of Hira. An angel came to him and asked him to read. Allah's messenger replied, "I do not know how to read." So clearly, Muhammad thought he was being asked to read a book. He didn't think he was being asked to just speak, right? So the prophet added, then the angel held him forcibly and pressed him so hard that he felt distressed. So the angel got mad at him, right? Like, what do you mean you don't know how to read? I said, read, boy. Then he released him and asked me again to read. And I replied, I don't know how to read. Thereupon he held me again and pressed me a second time and distressed, blah, 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 a bunch of times. Then he said, recite in the name of your Lord, who has created all that exists, has created a man out of clot, and read, their Lord is most generous, and who has taught the writing by the pen. So now Gabriel actually reveals what he meant. He basically meant, repeat after me, right? Because now he tells him exactly what to say. He says, recite in the name of your Lord, who has created all that exists. He created man out of a clot. Recite, it is the Lord who is most generous, who has taught the writing by the pen. So then now, if we know that what the angel Gabriel meant was just simply repeat after me, why in the hell did Muhammad say, I don't know how to read? That doesn't make any sense.
They can't answer this. They can't.
Of course they can. It doesn't make any sense. It's completely incomprehensible. Any Muslims want to answer this before we move on to the next point, so we can see who this angel supposedly was?
So,
What'd you say, Abu?
you made a claim that you read Quran more than many Muslims. Is that correct?
Can you address what we're talking about, Abu?
I will address that, but I'll
He
later
wants to
address
cry.
that.
He wants to
Can-
cry first.
Can you read me Surah Al-Ikhlas?
No, brother, no. I'm not gonna read you another verse. We're answer this question, or do you want me to keep going with the story?
If you say you read,
Brother, for the love of
Quran.
God, this is not the crying section, okay? Go cry by yourself. Just, do you want to answer what I just said, or do you want to go to the next point?
I'm not crying. We will talk about it.
You are
and
crying.
back it
I'm
to-
not gonna. You're not gonna derail my conversation, okay? I have a lot to get through here.
If you make a claim, a false claim,
I
you read
just
Quran
made
more
a
than
claim.
Muslims,
I just made a claim,
I
and
have
I'm
to
showing
hold
you
you
the
accountable.
evidence is on the screen. Is there something on the screen that you disagree with?
Can you read Surah
No.
Al-Ikhlas?
Why? For what? For what?
Because you say you read Quran more than Muslims.
Okay, brother. I'm gonna give you one last chance to tell me why you want me to read that verse.
I don't want you to read the verse. I want you to read Surah Al-Ikhlas.
For what?
Because you said you read Quran more than...
Okay. You go read the Quran. Okay, so now let's keep going, right? Who is this then? Who is this angel, right? So it says that recite the name of your Lord, he has created whatever. Then Allah's messenger returned with that experience that he had, and the muscles between his neck and shoulders were trembling, till he came upon Khadijah, his wife, and said, "Cover me." They covered him, and when the state of fear was over, he said to Khadijah, "O Khadijah, what is wrong with me? I was afraid that something bad might happen to me." Then he told her the story. Khadijah said, "Nay, but receive the good tidings. By Allah, Allah will never disgrace you. For by Allah, you keep good relations with your kith and kin. Speak the truth, help the poor and the destitute, entertain your guests generally, and assist those who are stricken with calamities." Khadijah took him to Waraka bin Nauful, the son of Khadijah's paternal uncle. This is very important here. Waraka had been converted to Christianity in the pre-Islamic period. So now he goes to a Christian guy to ask him who this was. And he says, who used to write in the pre-Islamic period, and he used to write the Arabic and write the gospel in the Arabic, as much as Allah wished him to write. He was an old man and had lost his eyesight. Khadijah said to Waraka, "Oh, my cousin, listen to what your nephew is going to say." So the first thing I want you guys to notice here is that Muslims always try to act like, oh, where do you think Muhammad would have got all this knowledge from? He was just a guy in the middle of the desert. Well, apparently there was Christians there, okay? And if there was Christians there, you could pretty much assume that there was Jews there, okay? So anything that you see that might be from another book that you see copied, you could guess, oh, he probably heard it from a Christian or a Jew. So don't let them tell you that. Anyway, then Waraka said, "Oh, my nephew, what have you seen?" The prophet then described whatever he had seen, and Waraka said, what did he say? "This is the same angel, Gabriel, who was sent to Moses." Now, does anybody want to tell me what the hell Waraka is talking about here? Does anybody have any opinion on this? What does he mean this is the same angel that was sent to Moses? Anybody want to take some guesses?
Yo, bro, I can destroy your whole Christianity Bible in one
I'm not
question.
a Christian. What's your next question?
What's your religion?
I'm a free thinker.
Free thinker, so you're an atheist. You're an atheist.
No.
What? Agnostic. What?
Nope.
Oh, his whole script went out the book.
Do you believe in
He's
what?
crashing
In,
out now. He's like,
stones.
download new programming.
What is the name? What is
like,
the name of your religion?
What do
is
I
the
say
name of
to
your
somebody
religion?
who's not a Christian?
What is the name of your religion?
Free thinking.
There is no such thing as free thinking. Like, is it like 0.0001% of the person that's believe in free thinking?
No, it's probably most people, honestly, to be real.
I don't think so, man. It represents like 2%, like
I'm
compared
pretty
to
sure
Islam.
I'm pretty
like,
sure even you. I'm pretty sure even you as a
mostly like
Muslim.
90%,
I'm
bro.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
2
even
billion,
you.
2 billion.
I'm pretty sure even you as a supposed Muslim, even you probably don't even do half the stuff that you're supposed to do in the Quran. So you're like halfway of a free thinker already. You're already halfway of a free thinker. So now, don't worry about none of that. Just tell me what issues do you have? What issues do you have with what I'm saying here? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, bro. I just came here. I just saw a
cry.
No.
Don't cry, Habibi. Don't cry, Habibi. Just tell me.
So dramatic,
just tell
bro.
me, what do you want? What do you have a contention
about
what
you.
I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. I just want to debate you.
Just tell me about what.
First, I want to tell you. I want to ask you, why are you disrespecting our religion by doing the?
Go figure it out, dude. Go figure it out. Go figure yourself out. I don't care. I already told you, dude. Your book, your religion says to unalive disbelievers. It says to fight Christians and Jews. Okay, don't come to me about why are you guys disrespecting my disrespect. Hello. What are you talking about?
It also calls the people of the book the worst of creatures.
Right. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, man?
Brother,
Right.
listen to me. Listen
hold
to
on, Mohammed. It's the other guy's turn. Let him talk, and then you go next again. What's up, boss? Is it Talib?
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. Good. How you doing?
That's fine, Muhammad. I'm doing all right for the most part. You know, I'm a God. You know, woke me up. I got another opportunity to do my thing. Right. I'm doing glad. Let me do something real fast. For you, if you don't mind. Humbly, right. So
Sure.
I'll say this much. I love you, right? And I appreciate you. Because now, as you hear me speak on this,
Bro, do you even believe in God?
Muhammad, shh.
I just want to ask you, do you believe in God?
Yes, I do. Yes.
But you're a free thinker. How can you believe in God and you're a free
Talib,
thinker?
I mean, Muhammad, I will talk to you next. Let Talib go.
What is the name of your God? What's the name of your God?
Bro. All right. You're going to have to chill out for a minute. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Talib.
That's cool. But I'll say this: I am a Muslim, from birth. But I also, me and you are part of the same tribe. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. So I would say this: no matter what your contention is or what you're opposing, you could be out here thugging and bugging. You feel me? Like, but you're not. You ain't here talking about God, right? To the best of your ability, to the best of your knowledge. I can keep doing it. I don't care who contends it. You feel me? I don't care who got a problem with it. They don't understand the route you could have took. You feel what I'm saying? So
I believe that.
You dig me? So at the end of the day, keep searching for knowledge. Keep pushing what it is you're pushing. As long as you're not pushing forth misinformation. If somebody can't answer your questions, then that's on them.
That's on them. But it's not my fault. That's what I say to people all the time. It's not my fault. Dude, you think I want to go to hell? No. I don't want to go to hell.
Look, you have the scripture up. You know, whether it be hadith, whether it be sahih, you're going with what you think. So at the end of the day, they don't understand the route you could have took. You dig me? So I just did 11. I just did 11. I only been home a year.
I hear you.
So I'm just if they felt where I was coming from, then it's cool. But you dig what I'm saying, right? So I'm proud of you, bro. I love you, man. Don't worry about it. Keep rocking. But
Appreciate
just make sure you don't indoctrinate innovation or so much your own
Hold on, Muhammad. He's wrapping up.
Good job.
Appreciate you.
But I just want to say I love you, bro. Be safe. I'm sticking around. Man. I could easily answer these questions, but you know the crazy thing is, I be wanting to see where the mindset of some of the brothers are because we got a lot of spies on both sides. I'm this, I'm that. You ain't even pick up the. You know what I mean? So I'm just sticking around, but I'm here. I just wanted to tell you that,
how
bro.
come you guys never talk about the Talmud?
Hold on, brother. Hold on. All right. Yeah. No. Yeah. And you know what? I know. Well, look, what Talib is saying is the most honest thing that you could ever think. Okay. If Islam is the truth, right? And I've even heard stories like this. People go out, try to disprove Islam, and then they end up becoming Muslim, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard stories like that. Because
many stories.
At the end of the day, when I'm doing these subjects, I'm having to research. Like I was telling the other guy before, dude, I read Quran and Hadith all day. That's all I do. When I'm not on here, I'm off the live researching other topics.
Behavior.
I don't care, dude. You can take it however you want. What are you doing?
Not hating. I thought this was about love. I thought you're spreading love.
From my perspective, you are hating. From my perspective, this is where I'm at now. Right? Is that the Quran is hating on?
You're hating. You're a loser. Brother, you do nothing.
I could care less, though. I could care less, dude.
Yeah, you never do this to the Talmud.
Do you have an answer? Do you have an answer for what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, I do. Why don't you do this to the Talmud?
That's not an answer.
You know people convert.
And then why don't you go join the live? Why don't you go join the live? We're just talking about the Talmud.
It's an answer. From my perspective, it's an answer.
Benny, look, I'm gonna be.
From my perspective, you're a loser.
I'm gonna give you an answer.
From my perspective, it's an answer.
That's fine. Stop crying. Look, I'm gonna give you an answer. Okay? Why do I talk mostly about Islam?
Say anything about the Talmud, bro.
I'm gonna talk to you in a second. The reason why I talk about the Quran and not the Talmud is because Jewish people are about the size of a small state, okay? Muslims are 1 billion plus people in the world and growing. That's why. Any other question? And again, I've looked up all the claims that you guys make about the Talmud. They're not true. They're not even true. Look, somebody in the comments said 2 billion Muslims. That's why I talk about Muslims. 2 billion.
Not
How
only
many?
that, Scary. Do we see any extremist religious groups of
Never. When I go through my feed on any social media, all the time, all what I see is Allahu Akbar, boom, and this and that, and I only see those people. I never see it from nobody else. So this is why I talk about Islam. And also, I've never seen a book that directly is calling me out and other people's religions out by name to say, just go fight them and unalive them and make them and pay money. I don't see another book like that. Nowhere even near.
The Talmud is not a holy book, okay?
Correct.
So you can believe it or not.
Correct. The Talmud is not revelation. That's the other thing. Talmud is not a revelation. Talmud is not a revelation. The prophets in the Bible are not the best examples for mankind like supposedly Muhammad is. This is the big difference. Okay? Any other questions? Sorry, guys. I'm just, whoever has been up here the longest, I'm just kicking people out from the top to the bottom so I can let new people up. But
Drop me off.
Go ahead.
Drop me.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be outside.
So yeah, this is where I'm at, guys. This is where I'm at. I don't see.
Bring me in, boy.
All right, so anyway, let's continue with the topic, right? So right now we're at the point where Wadaka, the Christian who Muhammad did have access to get information, he's giving out, I think he's giving out bad information here, okay? He says to Muhammad, this is the same angel who was sent to Moses. Now, I didn't really do my full research on this, okay? But I don't remember, does anybody remember an angel being sent to Moses? Am I tripping on this?
Moses had an encounter with a burning bush.
Right.
Mighty God.
Huh?
Mighty God is the one that talked to Moses. That's
right.
The difference
right. That's what I'm thinking. Because from what I remember, it was the burning bush, and then it was Mount Sinai. Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's the only time I remember Muhammad receiving revelation. Okay, and I'm trying to figure out because the part that I'm trying to figure out is how did Wadaka come to the conclusion that he did? Because Muhammad came to him and he said, well, Muhammad, what happened? Why are you sweating and why are you scared? And Muhammad said, hey, I went to the cave. This angel told me to read. I didn't know how to read. He pressed me. He squeezed me. I couldn't breathe. He kept telling me to read. I kept telling him, I don't know how to read. And then finally he changed his mind and said, okay, don't read, just repeat after me, right? And then Wadaka was like, oh, okay, that's the angel Gabriel, the same one that came to Moses. But then I went to the Bible and I'm like, what the heck is this guy talking about? So I go to Exodus, right? And we look at Exodus 3. Let me go back one. And I'm like, what is Wadaka talking about, right? So it says here, now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There an angel of the Lord appeared to him in the flames of fire from within a bush. Does this sound anything at all like what Muhammad was seeing at all? Like even in the slightest bit?
Nope.
My refresh. I believe that you're sharp on that soundboard. The correlation between the two is the fact that when Moses was prior to him letting the people go, you know that he wanted to push forth Aaron being a original priest because he had a speech impediment. He would stutter, things like this. The only correlation between him and the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is the fact that the prophet was illiterate and Moses had a speech impediment. So they both had doubt on the power that they would possess. That makes sense as far as correlation?
No, because I'm not talking about the similarities of Moses and Muhammad. I'm talking about the similarities of the angels that Wadaka was referencing. You tracking with me? Are we on the same page? Okay, so here Wadaka says, oh, the guy who, the angel who kept telling you to read and pressed you out and told you to recite. Yeah, that's the same angel that Moses saw. And I'm like, what details was he referring to specifically? Because again, when we go to the Bible, the angel that Moses saw was a burning bush. So I could understand if Muhammad would have been like, yo, I went to the cave, there was a bush in there, it was on fire, and then the angel started to talk to me. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the angel, that's the same angel that Moses saw. But it's completely and totally different.
You say it doesn't mention leaves or stem.
Right?
Go to Act 7:53.
It's completely, what do you want me to go there for?
You'll see that Moses talked to another angel.
He showed him his back to himself. So Moses asked him to see his face, and he said, if you see my face, you will die. So he showed his back.
Acts what?
7:53.
Okay, let's see. You who have received the law that was given through angels, but not obeyed it. What is this? Let me read the whole thing 1 second.
Who received the law?
Let me read it. Then a high priest asked Stephen, are these charges true? To this he replied, brothers and fathers, Abraham was still in Mesopotamia before he lived in Haran. Leave your country and your people and go and sell the land. So he left the land of the Chaldeans and settled in Haran after the death of the father. So far he's talking about Abraham. He gave him no inheritance. Okay, again, he says, even though at that time Abraham had no child. So he's still talking about Abraham. Now, if I'm foreseeing what this is going to say here, some angels appeared to Abraham, and we all know that. So maybe, are you sure you're not getting him confused? Let me keep reading. God spoke to him in this way: for 400 years, your descendants will be strangers in the land and slave, but I will punish the nation that serves slaves. God said afterwards, worship me in this place. Then he gave Abraham a covenant, and Abraham became the father of Isaac. Okay, then Jacob, the 12, because of the patriarchs, they were jealous of Joseph, so they sold him as a slave into Egypt. But then God was with him and rescued him from all his troubles. Again, the goodwill of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So Pharaoh made him the ruler over Egypt and all of his place. Talking about Joseph, okay. Then a famine struck all of Egypt. When Jacob heard that there was on the second visit, Joseph and his brothers, Jacob, Joseph, Shechem, Abraham, Hamor, Shechem, Abraham.
It's the whole thing. It's talking about the whole thing. It's long.
Okay, at that time Moses was born, and he was no ordinary child. For 3 months he was scared by his family when he was placed outside Pharaoh's daughter. Moses was educated in all the wisdom Egyptians. When Moses was 40 years, he decided blah, blah, blah. Moses thought that his own man. Okay, so we're at Moses now, okay. After 40 years had passed, an angel appeared to Moses in the flames of the burning bush. Okay, this is the part we're talking about right here. Okay, when he saw this, he was amazed at the sight. Moses trembled with fear. Then the Lord said, take off your sandals.
Trembled.
Huh?
Trembled. That sounds familiar.
Brother, oh my God. So you're referencing the same exact event that I'm talking about here in Exodus? Is that what you're talking about?
No, 53. That's what I said. Acts 53.
Wait, Legolasa, would you not be scared seeing a burning bush talk to you as well?
Yeah, no, brother. Don't let them. Don't even get off of that. Who cares? I don't care that they were afraid. I could understand that. What I'm saying is that, is this a different? You said it was a different event, and I'm trying to make sure. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, Acts 7:53 says is telling them that didn't the law, first of all, we need to understand the law.
Lego, please stop. Lego, please stop it, dude. Stop it. I'm asking you. I know what you're trying to say, and you're trying to piece it together in your head. You're like, oh, the law and then angels. No, that's not how it works. This verse is talking about specific events. No, it's not. He's talking about specific events. He said, then the Lord said, take off your sandals. Where did that happen?
Continue.
Happened when Moses went up the mountain because the mountain was holy.
Yes, that's a different event. I got you, no problem. But that wasn't
The mountain was not holy. The mountain was not holy.
The mountain was a
The mountain is not
Anyway,
holy.
guys, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Everybody,
That's
please.
why.
Everybody, please mute up. Mute
When
up. We're
you
gonna
go
keep
into
reading.
a pure
Please,
place, you
sister,
take your
sister,
shoes off.
No
sister,
mountains holy, dude.
sister. Please, we're gonna read. We're gonna keep reading. Hold on. Then the Lord said, "Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. Indeed, you have seen the oppression of my people, Egypt. I have heard their groaning. This is the same Moses they had rejected with the words, 'Who made you the ruler and judge?' He was sent to be their ruler and delivered by God himself. He led them out of Egypt and performed wonders and signs in Egypt and ran. This is the Moses who told the Israelites, 'God will raise for you up a prophet.' He was the assembly of the wilderness with the angel who spoke to him on Mount Sinai and with our ancestors." Okay, so now we got two events, Mount Sinai and burning bush. Okay, but our ancestors refused to obey him. Instead, they rejected him, and in their hearts.
That was one event. That is one event. He talks to him in Mount Sinai.
No, Henry. The burning bush is different.
I don't think so, but
It
you
is.
could continue.
No, it is because Mount Sinai's sister, for the love of God.
wanted to see God.
All right.
Sister, where you go?
So Henry. So basically, Mount Sinai was after they came out of Egypt. You got to remember that part. Okay. So in the burning bush is when God first tells him that he's going to go talk to Pharaoh. And then Mount Sinai is after they crossed the Red Sea.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right.
No problem. So they
one
told
is the
Aaron,
Ten Commandments, and the other one is the concept of sending him to Egypt.
Exactly, yeah. So then they told Aaron, make us gods. Okay, so now they've already moved on from Moses, it looks like. Now they're talking about Aaron. But God turned away from them and gave them over to sun worship, blah, blah, blah. Molech, Babylon, our ancestors had the tabernacle after receiving our ancestors under Joshua. So now they've already moved on from them. Then they're talking about David. Now they're talking about Jacob, Solomon, whoever, heaven, stay the Lord, blah, blah, blah. You stick-necked people. Was there ever a prophet your ancestors did not persecute? They even unalive those who predicted. You who have received the law that was given through us through angels, but have not obeyed it. Okay, yeah. So you were wrong, brother. Okay. So
How
it's
was
still
I wrong?
because he's still only referencing. He's giving you a list of people who have received revelations through angels, right? But when it comes to Moses, he gives you the two exact points where he received revelation. He says
no.
One was the okay. All right.
Is that the only one?
Okay.
That's the only ones recorded,
brother.
though.
You're not tracking, brother. You're not tracking.
Moses was talk to God.
We're not gonna. You're not just gonna have me read 50 verses and then disregard what the 50 verses just said. Please stop being disrespectful, bro.
Yo, bro, I respect you, bro. Okay, I have no problem. So you said you're a free thinker, right? I have a question for you as a free thinker. Will you give me the time to read it for you?
Brother, is it about this topic?
No, it is about you being a free thinker, and I will prove to you that.
Let's get a vote, guys. Should I let him take me off topic for a second?
Please.
I'll let everybody answer. Should I let him take me off topic or no?
I say no.
You got one no.
You never stays on topic, if that makes any sense, right?
Just
like,
give me a chance. Give me a chance, bro. Give me a chance.
You always deflect like that.
Everybody's saying no, brother.
No, bro. Your Excellency
no.
and agreeing.
No. You understand? No.
Everybody said no, brother. I'm sorry. What's the problem? What's the problem do you have with it? What's the problem do you have with this line of thinking that we're going to?
The free thinking religion.
I know, but listen. I promise you that I go live every day, okay? And sometimes I talk about what I believe. And I'll be more than happy to do that with you anytime. But the thing is that I have a lot of verses to get through here. This is a story we're trying to make up.
Yeah. So you're running. So you can't answer me this question, right?
I know.
You admit it.
Yes.
You admit it.
Okay.
I respect that. I respect that. No problem.
Your God was too powerful.
No problem. No problem. If this was sarcasm, I respect it too. But tell me what's okay. I want to debate you with what you're doing right now. Now. What's your problem now?
Okay, so what I'm trying to show here, number one, is that
is about Islam? Is about Islam or Christian or what?
It's about Islam, yes. So what I'm trying to show here, first of all, is that Muhammad is being misguided by Waraka.
How?
Because Muhammad had a event. He had an experience in a cave with some entity. I don't think it was an angel. I think it was a demon. But anyway, Muhammad
We
didn't
have
know.
we have hadith. We have everything that's
Brother,
from the Sunnah.
Muhammad, I need you to pay attention. I'm not a believer, okay? I don't believe your hadith. I don't believe your Quran. I could read it and I could see if it convinces
But
me.
I can prove to you that
I understand, brother. I understand, brother. But what I'm saying to you is, I can read your hadith and I do all the time.
If you don't believe
but
in
if
God,
it doesn't convince me, then I'm not going to accept it, okay? Because one of the major claims of Muhammad, Muhammad, please.
Okay, yeah.
One of the major claims of Muhammad was, he said, I came confirming the previous scriptures, right? And so if I read that what is in his scripture does not match the previous scriptures, then I'm going to automatically throw it away, okay?
Okay, bro. But you believe in God. You believe in God.
In other words,
Yes
he
or no?
wants to understand. He wants to understand the Quran.
What is your God? What's the name of your God?
Hey, Muhammad.
So my God, yeah, my God doesn't have a name that, as far as I know, he never told me, right? So this is what I believe. Look,
Who is your God? Who is your
I'm
God?
gonna tell you. Look, the way I operate is I don't claim to know anything. I just live my life.
What is your moral of human being?
My moral is basically my God-given morality. Who's got background noise? Who's got background noise? Who is that?
You said you're an atheist. Now you believe in God.
Talib is the one.
I never said I was an atheist. Who's got a background noise? Jesus Christ.
You did.
This thing is not letting me mute people.
Talib is the one that with the background noise, the one at the bottom.
All right, I dropped him. I don't know why it didn't let me mute him. That's weird. All right, so I never said I was an atheist, guys. I've always held that I believe in God, right? Because I can rationally
You're a Paulinian. You hide your Christianity to deceive the people.
Okay,
we know.
brother. Here we go. Another crybaby, bro. Go
You're
ahead,
a Paulinian,
get it out.
bro.
Go ahead, get it out, bro. Get it
No,
out.
I'm just saying you're a Paulinian.
Okay.
To the Christians, you're a Christian. To the Muslims, you're a Muslim. To the Jews, you're a Jew. To the Jews, you're a Jew. You are essentially.
Bro, how are you a free thinker and you're debating Muslims? It doesn't make sense. If you're a free thinker, you must debate free thinkers like you.
Or debate Christians too. Why only
Hey, to the Jew, I become like a Jew. To what does he say? What does he say? What does he say, Yeshua?
To the Christian, if I'm a Christian. To the Muslim, if I'm a Muslim.
Bro, do you think you're tough with the sound effects?
To all men, I become all things to win over as many as possible. Dang, that's
wow,
beautiful.
You know the verse as well.
W.
That's
Paul.
so poetic.
W. Paul.
Why are you sat here as a
Paul,
as you claim you don't ascribe to any religion, but you defend Christianity and attack Islam?
All right, I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question, right? But I hope that when I give you the answer, you can respect my decision, okay?
I mean, whatever answer you give me is going to be bullshit. But go ahead.
Okay. See, so why are you asking me then?
Because you sat here as a person with no religion, defending Christianity.
Yes.
Diehard.
You know why? Because to me, it makes more sense, right? When I live my life without letting people tell me what to believe, that there is no magic. There is no.
I can't understand how you claim to be a free thinker,
there's
yet
no
you are
flying
using a religious
donkeys.
text,
There's
the
nobody
Bible,
split
to
the
attack another
moon.
religion, Islam.
Nobody split a Red Sea.
but somebody split the sea, right?
Nobody, no, they didn't do that either. No, they didn't. No, Jonah didn't live. Jonah did. I'm telling you right now. Look, I'm telling you right now. Jonah didn't live in a fish for 3 days. This is all fairy tales. And I don't know how you guys don't see that.
Do you think you're an ape?
How long have you guys been alive?
You're an ape.
My bad, Neil. I didn't mean to mute you. How long have you guys been alive, bro? How long have you been alive?
25 years.
Okay, where's all the miracles at? How come supposedly...
Can you just give me like what?
How come supposedly for 4,000 years since Adam until...
Do you believe you're a chimpanzee?
Until Jesus...
Do you believe you are a
there was always miracles happening all the time, and then as soon as we get bored, none of it's happening anymore.
You believe your ancestors were apes? Were
no,
monkeys?
brother, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
I think you believe in that.
I'm trying to tell you. I believe in God.
So I'm speaking with a chimpanzee now, with an ape.
Okay,
bro.
How can you believe in the supernatural but reject supernatural?
Keep crying, brother. Keep
Muhammad, wait. This doesn't make sense at all. You believe in supernatural entity, but you reject supernatural events. How do you really reconcile this bullshit?
All right,
he's a Mossad agent,
I'm
bro.
gonna tell you, I'm Mossad. That's why. No. What the answer?
Christian, bro.
What the answer is? Look, what the answer. I don't think you want to know the answer, but I'll give you the answer anyway. The answer is. The answer is. I have to see what God is for myself. I can't let you tell me what God is. or some guy from Arabia or some guy from Israel tell me what God is. I got to see for myself. Okay, so from what I see, did he miraculously create the earth? Yes, he did. But since then, he's been chilling.
So you reject miracles, but you also affirm a miracle.
No, I don't.
That makes no sense.
No, I don't.
God is a super.
What I reject, what I reject is the frequency of miracles that you guys claim, because I don't see it.
Bro, you literally believe in something supernatural. God is something supernatural.
No problem. But does that mean? But is he this like superhero from a comic book that you guys claim to be? Is it that far?
He's greater than that. What do you mean, no, right?
What's your evidence for that? What's your evidence for that? What's your evidence for that?
You see in comic. Why?
What's your evidence for that?
Because the intelligent design of the universe.
Yeah. What's your evidence for that?
In anything you see in a comic movie.
You're talking.
What's your evidence for that? No, Henry, be nice. He's not being disrespectful. Yeah, yes,
rationale, bro. Rationale.
Okay. No, it's not rationale. It's not rationale. Your only evidence for what your claim is, Yeshimai, is a book that you found in the middle of a desert 2,000 years ago. That's your only evidence for it. You have no real life experience of that. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to believe you. It doesn't make any sense.
That's not you're not answering my question.
In your book, it literally says. It literally says that an ant said, "Oh, ants, go into your dwelling place so that Solomon doesn't step on us." You really want me to believe that?
Ants communicate between. Hold on. Ants communicate between each other. They talk to each other. What's the problem?
We're gonna use that against Iran.
You're saying ants don't talk to each other?
It just doesn't make any sense, bro. And then Muhammad said,
hold on.
And then,
the ants don't talk to each other?
Not like
they don't
that.
like war. They
do. They communicate.
They don't say, "Oh, ants."
Bro, of course they don't, bro. Oh my God, man.
Do you know how ants communicate? Do you know how ants communicate? Do you know, brother? Do you know? Okay. Do you know how? Do you know how ants communicate?
For example, God quotes Zechariah. We know Zechariah spoke in Aramaic. So how can God quote him in Arabic if he spoke in Aramaic?
But Yeshamai, it's worse than they don't talk. They don't talk, Yeshamai. They just leave.
You want evidence? I'll show you right now. Hold on.
Did you say ants talk?
They talk. Yep, they do.
You know what's crazy? You tell them that you do believe in God, but just.
Sajida, I don't need a whore today, bro. I'm good.
Hey, Yeshamai, what's wrong with you, bro?
What's wrong with this guy?
Baldy was an atheist this whole time.
I'm not an atheist. I believe in God.
Yo, why is everyone coming crazy for you today, bro?
I don't care, dude. It's all good.
Hello?
It's all good. I'm not an atheist. I'm not an atheist.
Listen.
Yo, leave my boy a scary.
I have a question.
Wait. Can you give me a chance to ask you a question? So you claim to be a free thinker who relies on logic, yet you are quoting the Bible as your source of truth. If you don't believe the Bible is the word of God,
when did I quote the
using
Bible?
it to judge Prophet Muhammad is completely illogical and defeats your own philosophy.
No. What I'm doing is I'm using Muhammad's source of truth.
Is the soning of Satan, is it in the Bible?
To refute the Quran. That's what you're doing.
Correct, because the Quran claims that it's confirming the previous scriptures.
Isn't the soning of Satan specifically from Acts chapter 7, verse 52 and 53?
Wait.
Answer me. That's what I thought. You claim to be a free thinker who relies on logic. Yet you are quoting the Bible as your source of truth. If you don't believe the Bible is the word of God, using it to judge the Prophet Muhammad is completely illogical. Your own philosophy.
It's gonna be okay.
Mohammed.
Can you touch your thoughts?
Can I have a question?
You don't allow me to talk like that. You always tell me to shut up, and you allowed Mohammed. I think you're anti-Semite.
I'm anti-Semitic, dude. That's why.
You claim to be a free thinker who relies on logic, yet you are quoting the Bible as your source of truth. If you don't believe the Bible is the word of God,
hold on. Let's drop him for a second. He's too excited. I already gave you the answer, Muhammad. I'm quoting Muhammad's source of truth, not mine.
Okay.
Right.
So, do you believe conscious thoughts to be tangible? Do you believe gravity to be tangible? Can you see it?
No.
What is this girl talking about, bro?
If that's the case, how can you
she's making a good argument.
How can you necessarily refute the unseen when you attest to the unseen?
I cannot listen to her. I cannot listen to her because
she's actually bringing a good point. She's actually bringing a point. So Dynamite, look, I already told you I believe in God, okay? Which that implies I do believe in his ability to perform miracles. However, are you done? Like
No, I'm very shocked at how much contradictions you say that comes out of your mouth. You don't understand.
Oh
I
my
should be
God.
recording
Okay.
you, you know.
Now listen,
I can play
Dynite.
it back to
What I'm
you.
rejecting is the frequency and the I guess I would say the type of miracles that you guys are affirming to. That's what I'm.
Are
That's what I'm.
you rejecting the scriptures and the nomination? Is that way it is? But you believe in a God.
Say that again. What?
Are you rejecting the nomination, the scriptures, but you believe in a God?
What do you mean nomination?
Like like Muslims, Christians, I don't know, Protestants, Jewish, like you're rejecting these
I
people.
reject religion. Yes, religion. Yes.
Non-secular.
Okay, so how can you you
secular,
believe
sorry.
in a God but not also think that he has a way of life for us?
So because
How
I
do
do
you
believe,
know
no,
that?
I believe God has a way of life for me. I believe that.
So what doctrine is that? What scripture? What
He
what are
doesn't
you
have to have a
following?
doctrine, dude.
It's called trial and error. It's called live and learn.
And
I mean,
reading
So
whoever said that has the
look. So
truth.
let me compare your God to my God. Okay. My God is inescapable. You live your life and you're gonna see him. You're gonna experience him because he set up the world.
Same here.
He set up the world. No, he set up the world to work according to his laws. So when you commit a sin, you don't need some guy from Arabia to come tell you that. You're just gonna feel it like in your life. That's my God. And then also my God created me with my brain and my feelings and my emotions, so I can derive even my my morality from the things that God gave me directly. I don't need
but you do understand
I don't need some
in the
random
paradigm,
guy.
this is exactly the
I don't need some
case.
random guy from Arabia coming and telling me what to believe. So now
Do
the
you
guy
know
that you
what scripture
believe,
is?
now the guy that you believe doesn't talk to you directly. He doesn't communicate to you
Hold on,
directly. I don't want that kind
what
of
do you mean?
experience.
I do my 5 prayers,
You
so
think
of
that
course I talk to my
your
God.
God is your master and you're a slave. I don't think that.
Oh,
Okay.
let's not
I don't
monologue.
want to
Let's
believe in your
dialogue with
God.
me.
That sounds like a
Dialogue
terrible
with me. You don't know
experience.
what I do on my daily
Your
life.
God, I can talk to my God whenever I want, whenever I feel the
What makes
need.
you think I
You
can't talk to
have to
my
talk
God?
to your God 5 times a day whenever he tells you to, in the manner that he tells
Whenever
you
he
to.
tells me to, I
Sometimes
get up
I
to
pray to
pray.
my God
It's
while I'm
on
driving
me.
my car.
I say when
You
I
have to
listen.
pull over and get on your knees. I'm not going to do
Hello.
that. No, thank
Hello.
you.
Okay.
Can I
Again,
get a chance to
my
talk?
prayers towards God
Hello?
is a connection from me.
Go ahead,
Can I
brother.
get a
Go
chance
ahead.
to talk?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm a Muslim, right? Hold on, Muhammad.
I
Please,
have a
please
question,
mute.
brother.
Oh my God.
Hold on, Muhammad, let him talk and then you go next. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm a Muslim, right? Okay, so first thing when you say about the Quran, so why would Satan help a man make a book that only tells us to do good? That's one thing.
The book doesn't tell you to do good. The book tells you can marry little kids, you can have smack slaves. It tells you on a lie of people who don't believe what you believe. What's good about those things?
Okay, so
wait.
He's like, okay.
Show me.
Muhammad,
Why
please.
are you talking without proof? Why you say our Quran teach us this and that? Show me. Why you talk in the magic in the show me.
Okay, which one do you want me to show you first?
Show me.
Which one do you want me to show you
Let's
first?
do the SCX slaves.
Okay.
You know, let's talk about how women lose
Sajida,
their
please stop talking.
the right
please.
of consent.
Please. You
No, I'm
believe
not
a
going to
3 in
stop
1.
talking.
Please.
I'm not going to stop talking.
Okay, here's
you believe in a 3 in 1.
I actually don't. You don't know anything
This same
about me.
person that believes in the Darwin
But it still
evolution, bro.
doesn't
He believes
change
that
the
his
fact
ancestors are apes,
Hey, guys.
are monkeys,
Guys,
are
guys,
chimpanzees.
relax.
Nah.
Muhammad, why are you pre-assuming
This
that he believes in
person
evolution?
prefers dying on a black screen or from going to the paradise,
Look,
eternal
Muhammad,
paradise.
What is
No
this
way.
saying,
Muhammad, hear me out. Muhammad, I'm a Muslim, right? We're not gonna make progress if we just do this. We can look at his evidence and
We can destroy him, bro, together.
I understand, but we have to first look at it.
Okay, so right here. So right
here.
here. So here he asked me to show you evidence. Okay, so here it is. And also prohibited to you are all married women except those your right hand possesses. There you go.
Read the verse before it. Read the verse before it in context. That's what I thought.
You are
That's
forbidden
what
to take.
Baba cooked you.
Dude, this guy is so aggressive,
Bro,
dude.
he's not even aggressive. He's just a little like, like it's all right. Let's help him out.
Do you believe you're a chimpanzee?
Read in the context. You just throw claims out of nowhere. Read context, bro. Read context.
That was Muhammad's
You
argument.
know why you free thinkers?
Muhammad, shut up. What do you think that you want me to read in this previous verse? Please say it before I read it. Here, matter of fact, let me cover it.
Bro,
let me cover it.
Read it from the first
what do you think?
to
Okay,
the last.
Muhammad. Okay, so are you asking me to read it because you know what it says, or you're just hoping that it helps you out?
Brother, I know that first, if you want to investigate, analyze.
Hey, brother, answer the question.
Yes, I know.
What does it say? Okay, what does it say? What does it say that helps your argument that this verse right here is not talking about sex slaves? Before I go read it, I want to know that you know what you're talking about first.
He's reading it now.
He has no idea what he's talking about. Muhammad, are you going to answer, or I'll let the next person up?
He's reading.
Yeah, he's definitely reading the previous verse.
Chef Clay?
Yo.
What's popping?
What's the deal?
Nothing much, brother. The brother before you said that I need to believe in Muhammad because he only teaches me good things. And I'm showing him that it's not always good things.
I'm so sorry you cut out for a little bit. You said what was the last thing?
So first of all, I'm trying to talk today about how Muhammad received revelation and compare that to other prophets. But then they want to call me an atheist and basically saying I have to have a book in order to not be dumb. And then I'm trying to show, and so he said that Muhammad teaches me good things, but I'm showing him that he doesn't only teach me good things. He teaches me that I could have sex slaves, that I could marry little kids, that I could fight people for not believing what I believe.
You could strike women.
Yeah, none of that is applicable.
I don't really want to talk about this, but I thought you wanted to maybe address that. But we don't have to. We could just go back to the main topic.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay, so the main topic was basically the first contention I have here is when Muhammad had his first revelation, he describes this process to some guy named Wadaka, who I guess used to read the Bible. And based off of what Wadaka read from the Bible, when he heard Muhammad's experience, he said, oh yeah, this is the angel Gabriel who was sent to Moses.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out now, I'm going looking in the Bible now, what is Wadaka talking about, right? Because he makes it sound as he's like, oh, an angel came and told you to read 3 times and pressed you when you couldn't read, and then told you to read, then he came to the conclusion that that's the same angel that Moses saw. But when I read the Bible, it's nothing like that. The angel that Moses saw, it says here, now when Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest admitted he tend the flock. Then the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire from within a bush.
And that was mighty God. That was not an angel.
Right, but the point is, even if you want to take it as an angel, right, which I think is the easier thing to read, this is nothing like what Muhammad saw. So I don't know what Wadaka is talking about.
Yeah.
So it's just talking in general. Because he knows the prophet's character and what was described, he came to the conclusion with the knowledge that he knows that this must be the same entity that was revealed to Musa. That was his conclusion.
Hello, I'm sorry, I'm back right now. I don't know what I missed. I'm at work.
You're fine. So yeah, I mean, we're just at the point now where we're trying to compare the angel that Moses saw and the angel that Muhammad saw, and we're seeing that it's nothing alike.
Okay, from what I understood from your point on that one was, okay, in Arabic, the guy said namus. I'm sure some people...
Who, Wadaka? Okay, what does namus mean?
Namus means the law. So
the law?
And on the translation, it does have Gabriel on the side, but that's just clarification on what he meant. Like, so Wadaka didn't say Gabriel by name. He didn't say Angel Jibreel. He said the law. So the same way that Moses was getting his revelations, that's what he's trying to say.
Wait, but Moses got his revelation directly from God.
But he also had revelations from the angel.
He speaks directly to God. All his commands come
Lucas,
from God.
what I'm trying to get you to understand is, right, when we read the flow of the story, Muhammad had this experience with his angel, quote unquote, and then he doesn't know what to make of it. He doesn't know. He goes to Khadijah. She doesn't know. They take him to Waraka. And then it says the prophet describes, right here it says the prophet describes what he has seen. So we're led to believe that Waraka is answering him based off of that description.
Okay.
So he says, oh, you saw an angel who told you to read and then pressed you? He said, okay, that's the angel Gabriel who was sent to Moses.
The same angel. He didn't say angel Jibril. He said he didn't even say angel. He said
no problem. The angel that was sent to Moses. But then when we look at the angel that was sent to Moses, it's nothing like that. It says the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a fire within a bush. So that's like completely different. If Muhammad would have came and said, yo, I went to the cave and there was a fire in a bush and it was an angel.
Well, no, the angel
then I could
came
be like, oh, yeah, that's
forms.
the same angel that appeared to Moses.
The angel just didn't come in one form. The angel also came in human form to Muhammad. So it wasn't only in one form. He didn't come in just...
Okay, brother, but that's actually even worse. So now we're talking about a different topic, right? About an angel appearing to him as a man. Again, I don't see that happening to Moses.
All right, there's different forms for different times.
It happened to Jacob and to Moses, the back. Moses asked him, show me your face. And he said, whoever sees my face should perish. So he said, I'm gonna pass and you're going to be able to see my back.
Yeah, and when I see the angel that came to Moses, to Muhammad as a man, that's the story. Where is it? Right here. So right here, this is when supposedly this happened, right? I got the news that Gabriel came to the prophet while Salama, which is Muhammad's wife, was present. So this was very interesting to me when I read it because I always thought that nobody saw the angel Gabriel. Right? I don't know if you thought that. Did you think that?
Well, no, from knowing this story, no, I didn't think.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people thought, because they always say, oh, how come nobody else saw it? That's why I always hear Christians say to Muslims. But actually, we have a story here where somebody saw Gabriel. But the thing is that's interesting is this creates another problem, is that Gabriel looks like he was just one of the companions.
Well, no. Let me see. 1 second. Let me pull up that story.
So it says, I got the news that Gabriel came to the prophet while Salama was present. Gabriel started talking to the prophet and then left. Then the prophet said, Salama, do you know who this was? She said, it was Dihya.
A handsome person. It has to be handsome, obviously. Otherwise,
1 second.
And then the thing that's interesting is that when you look at other hadiths about this character Dihya, some of them say that Muhammad used to have private sessions, private meetings where like Aisha didn't want to interrupt and stuff like that. So, and then supposedly this is where he was getting the revelations with one of his companions named Dihya. And everybody that used to see Dihya coming in and out, they used to say, damn, this guy hangs out with Dihya a lot. But Muhammad would say, oh, no, that's the angel Gabriel. That's
yo, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Bro, what's wrong with you, bro? No, get this religion and everything aside. What's wrong with you, man? What are you trying to prove some religion?
Mohammed, you have a point, or you're just gonna complain?
No. I came with the proof. Yeah, bro.
That's good.
I have like I
Muhammad,
have a
look,
lot of information.
I'm trying to free your mind right now, Muhammad. That's what I'm trying to do.
How, bro? How? We have belief.
If
We have
if we
religion.
all stop believing in these nonsense fairy tales, then we can actually get along.
So you're telling me dying in a black screen isn't nonsense? We believe that we go to paradise. Don't you want to go to the paradise forever?
Not at the
Believe is a
not
convincing
at the
thing.
cost of turning off my brain. No.
So you would rather die like everything black
I
screen
would
and
rather
not go to the
believe. I would
paradise?
rather
Wow,
believe.
wow.
I would rather believe what it looks like God is trying to present to me, which is reality, versus
Yeah.
believing what a
What is
bunch of
better?
people,
Wait.
versus
Okay.
believing what a bunch of people want me to believe.
So
Because what I
just
see is that this is what I see, that the Jews created a story with a bunch of fake prophets, a bunch of fan fiction stories like Spider-Man and Batman, like the Avengers, and then the Christians stole it and made it to like a Roman like man god thing, and then the Muslims
Yeah,
stole it and made it into some Arabic thing. And I'm not going with none of it because I'm
bro.
not a
I
Jew,
have
I'm
a
not a Roman, and I'm not Arabic. I believe in my own stuff. I will be a Mayan Incan before I believe what you want me to believe.
so
okay, bro.
just
Before
yeah.
I interpret and I digest this thing, what is better? Going to paradise, or
You're not
dying on a
going
black
to
screen?
Paradise. You're not
Answer.
going. You're
No,
not
answer.
going there. You're not going there.
Let's say. What is better? What is better?
You're not going
Can I
Subjectively,
can
there.
I say something to Mohammed, please?
subjectively, answer.
Can I say
What is better,
something to
going to
Mohammed?
paradise or dying on a black screen? And
Can
then
I
I
say
will
something
digest
to
this
Mohammed?
Sahih
Mohammed,
Bukhari
can
and
I say
the
something to you,
Gabriel and
Mohammed?
yeah,
You're
bro.
not. You're not
Okay.
going to paradise,
Mohammed,
Muhammad. Just say it, Henry.
can
Get it
What
out.
is
I
better?
want to tell you
He
Just
didn't
something.
say
say
it.
if I
Let me
will
tell you
go or I
something.
will not go. What is better?
Mohammed,
Go to paradise or die on black screen?
Mohammed,
What?
Mohammed.
What, bro? I hear you. I hear you.
I believe is something that you got convinced, and the host is trying to convince himself the right reason. He doesn't want to believe just because you said it. That's why he goes to the
We
Quran
have
and the other
proof. We have
Bibles.
Quran,
Now he's
perfectly
not. Wait a
preserved.
second.
Perfectly
Wait a
preserved.
second.
Okay.
Mohammed, shut up.
Okay, bro.
Shut up.
Don't shout. Don't shout. I didn't shout. Don't shout.
Be nice, Henry,
Dude,
bro.
it's incredible. Your mom didn't
Just
tell you
talk,
to
Henry.
shut up
Just get it out.
once.
Get it out, Henry. Get it out. Get it out.
No, don't get it out. Is this what your religion
Oh
teach
my
you?
God,
Is this what your religion teach you?
it's
All right.
incredible.
Look,
Aggressive,
look, Muhammad.
aggression.
Muhammad.
Okay,
Look,
okay,
Muhammad.
okay.
Muhammad. Look. He's telling you
What?
what I'm saying, right? Everybody on planet Earth doesn't want to go to hell. Nobody wants to go to hell. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But explain
but
this to me.
also,
Why
but
are 2
also,
billion
but all you have to
Muslims?
think, Muhammad. Look, you have to think.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
You
bro.
can also go to hell for believing in the wrong God, right?
Yeah, but that's why there's a test, and we're tested,
Right.
and
So
the
what I'm
good
telling
people,
you,
the
okay,
good
Muhammad,
people
but
that's listening to.
what I'm
Why
telling
are
you
you
so far, what I've seen is Muhammad is definitely the wrong prophet and Allah is definitely the wrong God. That's where I'm
Okay,
at.
who's the good prophet then? Who's the good prophet then?
So far, I haven't. To me, Jesus looks like
Who's
the
the
best
good
prophet.
prophet?
Jesus, probably
You can't
Jesus.
answer it,
Jesus,
bro. You don't have
Jesus.
beliefs.
Yeah, Jesus.
Now you say Jesus.
Yeah,
Didn't you say at first you were a free thinker?
I am a free thinker. But if you're talking about
Does a free
from the
thinker
available
and
from
does
my
free thinker
available,
believes in Jesus?
I don't believe in Jesus. But if I have to look at people as just a
you're
prophet,
contradicting yourself.
no, okay, bro.
Yes, you are.
If I have to choose between the people who proclaim to be prophets, I would say Jesus is the best example, 100%.
So you want to be Christian. So now you're saying like literally you're a
Oh my
Christian.
God.
He
This guy's
doesn't
not
want to
tracking,
be
dude.
Christian, bro. If he wanted to be
Bro,
Christian, I'd be
if
talking
you
to him
believe
right
in
now.
I don't
Jesus,
want to
if you
say it.
believe
I don't
you're
want to
Jesus
say
as
it,
your
but I think he's
savior
a
and true
67.
God,
He has a
you're
67
equally
IQ.
to be Christian.
Open
That
your
was
mouth.
I know.
Oh my God, dude. I'm starting to get pissed, dude. Don't piss me off.
Header, you gotta be chill, Header.
Bro, I'm not scared of you, bro.
You gotta understand this is tough for Muhammad as well, right? Because he knows what I'm saying. He knows what I'm saying sounds right. It's hard. He would have to give up on his whole family,
No, bro,
all of his
I will say
friends.
consistent.
So of
I will
course he
always
has to
say
fight it, of
consistent.
course. Mhm.
Okay, so can I answer this? I cannot digest the thing that you're presenting here. Your little arguments that you're presenting here.
What?
The
So
little
you
arguments.
didn't
Not the
think
arguments, the
this
little
through.
arguments.
If
What
the
part?
prophet was a fraud trying to trick people into believing he saw an angel, why would he record a hadith where his own wife initially mistook the angel for a regular human companion?
He didn't.
A liar will not
I'ma
will
answer. He
never
didn't.
invent a story
I'ma
that
answer.
makes him claim
I'ma
look
answer.
questionable to others.
I'ma answer. He
Let me
didn't.
finish. I didn't
Muhammad,
finish. I
you
didn't
made your
finish.
point
You must.
already. No, stop. So you already asked me a question. Let me answer it. He didn't present this hadith. This wasn't narrated by the
Oh
prophet.
yeah. Oh yeah. What about the hadith
This is
explicitly?
narrated by Abu Uthman. Okay, and goes along with all the other stories that were going around about Muhammad. So there was this. The reason why you guys have this hadith is because you were forced to have it. Because when Muhammad supposedly was living his life, people were making stuff up. That's why you have over 600,000 false narratives about Muhammad. So they had to pick the ones that became most popular and the one that most
Bro,
people agreed with.
deep down, it's true, but you don't want to like say the truth, admit it. I know it, bro. I know it.
Okay, hold on.
Look. A liar. Listen. A liar would
There's
never
another Muslim
invent a
here. Can you
story
please,
that
Muslim,
makes
the other
his
Muslim,
claim
Lucas,
look
can you tell him
questionable
to
to
shut up?
others, right or no?
Muhammad, I don't even think that Muhammad was a liar even. I don't even think Muhammad made
Oh,
half of this stuff
now you're
up.
backfiring. Now you say, oh, he wasn't a
I'm just trying to tell you how this
liar
happened.
Okay.
Muhammad, listen. I don't even believe Muhammad made all this stuff up by himself.
Now you're defending Islam. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
What I believe is that the teachings
Bro,
that
this
you guys
guy is
have,
a legend, bro.
what I believe is that the teachings that
Muhammad,
you
look,
guys
hold
have
on.
were developed over time, okay? And that people just kept changing the narrative until they got something that made sense at the end, or somewhat made sense.
Bro, let me give you da'wah. Let me teach you. The hadith explicitly proves
Did he just say that you have the truth
the
doesn't have
hadith
to be
explicitly
defended,
proves
dude?
the prophet's unmatched transparency. When Gabriel left, the prophet openly asked Salama, do you know who that was? She said she thought it was Dihya, but later realized her mistake when the prophet publicly announced in his sermon that Gabriel had visited him. Furthermore, your own Bible completely validates these concepts. In Genesis 18 and 19, angels appear to Abraham and not looking exactly like regular handsome human men. So much so that people couldn't tell they were angels. If an angel taken human form disproves Islam, you have just destroyed Judaism and Christianity too.
That's not a very good argument, brother. So my
This is
brother, just listen, okay? My argument here is not that the angel looked like a human. If the angel looked like a human, so what? He looked like a human. Like you said, in the Bible, sometimes angels take human form. That's not the problem. The problem is that he looked like a very specific human. And Salama was so convinced about who she thought it was that she said, by Allah, I thought it was Dihya.
Well, from what I understood from the hadith, is because he was very handsome, and they looked similar. So that's where the confusion came
Brother,
from.
listen, in reality, in reality, on planet Earth, there's a lot of handsome people. Okay, but you gotta understand, this guy Dihya, this guy Dihya was close with Muhammad. The real guy Dihya, he was close with Muhammad. They used to even share wives. Okay, so you're not gonna tell me, yeah. You want to see it?
How'd they share wives?
You want to see it? Here, I'm gonna pull it up for you.
These guys have to understand that the truth doesn't have to be defended.
Let him,
the
bro.
truth
Let
doesn't
him
have to be defended.
say what he wants to say, but
when you say thank you for defending Islam, if Islam has to be defended, it is not the truth.
You hear on the screen. You see on the screen. Amongst the captives was Safiya. So they captured a right hand possession called Safiya. First, she was given to Dihya, and then to the Prophet.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. This one you're not giving any context at all, which is not fair,
brother. I don't have any problem. I'm not saying I have a problem with this. That's not what I'm showing you.
But can I tell you? Okay, why was she given to the? Why was she then given to the Prophet?
Irrelevant. I'm not saying this is even wrong. I don't care.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
All
bro?
I'm saying is wait,
Muhammad,
brother, wait. What I'm pointing out here is how close Muhammad and Dihya were.
Okay. But like you see these people in the comments, they're looking at this and they think like they shared wives. That's not what happened.
Okay, guys, they didn't share wives. Okay, it was
They were
Dihia's wife
sex
first.
slaves. They
Right,
shared sex slaves.
right. So they first she
Bro,
was
bro,
given
bro.
to Sophia. I
Since
mean,
you
first she was
cited
given to
Sahih
Muhammad.
al-Bukhari 2228, copy and paste the exact Arabic or English line from that text that says they shared wives. Do it right now in front of everyone or
Look,
admit you're a liar.
brother, look.
Do it right now or admit you're a liar.
Look. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to. They shared wives. They shared captives.
Copy and paste the exact Arabic and English line from that text that says they shared wives.
It's
Do
gonna
it
say,
right now
it doesn't say,
in front of everyone or admit
it
you're a
doesn't
liar.
say that. It says they shared captives. What's the difference?
They didn't share captives. So first it was assigned to Dihya until Prophet Muhammad ﷺ found out it was a daughter of a Jewish leader. So he freed her and then married her.
You're speaking about a human, a woman. It was assigned. You see this?
Oh my God, this feminist, bro.
Lucas, what is she saying? What does it matter that she's a
bro.
woman, dude? What is your problem?
No, like she knows what I mean. She knows what I mean.
She's telling you no, because you are. If you're making me be very specific that they didn't share wives, that she was a captive, then why can't she make you be specific also?
Okay, I'm sorry. She
you
was
completely
first assigned
changed
to
your
Dihya,
words
and then she
because
was
I
assigned
caught you
to
inventing a lie about sharing wives.
Muhammad,
Trading or
no.
allocating
The problem is that you think that that makes a difference. That wasn't the point of what I was getting to. They shared wives, they shared slaves, irrelevant. The point is that they knew each other. They were homies. And Salama would not have been confused about his appearance. That's my point.
I don't understand. So like, why can't she make a mistake? I don't get that.
Can I
What's
also
up,
make a
Eric?
point,
Yeah.
host, real quick?
If Angel Jibreel came down looking similar to him, why can't she make that
No,
mistake? That's what
I
I'm
want to make a
confused.
point to the host's question, right? Like his argument. So when you go to the Bible and you read any time an angel of the Lord or Gabriel comes to anyone, by the time the angel leaves, that person knows who they've been approached by, what their mission is, that God will send them, etc., etc.
Okay.
That's not the case for Muhammad. He was in the cave, right? Then he got approached by this entity, got yoked up a few times, left the cave, not knowing who he was approached by, and had to go to mere humans and ask, and these humans, where is their, when did they ever come across Jibreel to know that it was Jibreel? Who gave them the authority to decide that it was Jibreel? It's an absolute mess. So I would say that's one of the many differences between the Bible and Muhammad's narrative.
Yeah.
He didn't know who it was. That's a major red flag.
Right.
Wait, bro, I have a question. Can I question you? If an angel takes the exact physical shape of a specific human being, how is he a human supposed to tell the difference through sight alone? Explain the science or logic behind your claim, or admit you are just talking without thinking. Right now.
He wouldn't be able to tell. That's the point.
Right now, bro. Explain it. Explain the science or logic behind your claim.
I just told you. He wouldn't be able to tell. So now the question is, if the angel decided to take the exact form of a human, a specific human that you know, and there's no way to tell it apart, where do you get the conclusion that it was an angel? Please explain the exact science and the logic.
From the explanation of the hadith,
right. That's circular.
That's
circular.
Are we talking about Sophia? Because that's why it came up.
What'd you say, Jamal?
Are you guys talking about Sophia?
No, we were just pointing out that Muhammad and his best friend.
Can I please say something? Now you
Oh,
are
okay.
completely contradicting yourself now, because the hadith explicitly states that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did know it was Gabriel. He was the one who told Salama and the community that it was the angel of revelation. The Prophet received divine revelation, spoke directly to the angel,
Let me
and was
repeat.
given.
Let me try to
Don't interrupt me.
let me
Wait,
try to
please, please. We want a
let me try to reiterate what I'm saying to you. I don't believe the Prophet Muhammad. And I believe that he had motives to lie about who he was hanging out with every day.
Why?
Well, just for clarification, host, do you believe that he really had that encounter in the cave, even though it may not have been an angel?
So, according to what I've been looking up, there's this thing called this. Okay. So it says this is temporal lobe epilepsy.
Ah, I see. That's your stance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what some scholars have said, that maybe he had epilepsy, because when he would get his quote unquote his wahi, he would fall back and his eyes would roll up, his face would turn red, he started like convulsing or stuff like that, stuff of that nature. So it could be that he had epilepsy.
Yeah. So according to this, what are the symptoms, right, of this temporal lobe epilepsy? Auditory aura, ringing or buzzing sound. A common starting symptom in TLE is often described as ringing, buzzing, or a bell-like sound heard only by the person, right?
And he would hear bells, right?
This directly matches the ringing
can I
of a
please
bell
answer?
form of revelation.
Can I please answer? Okay, yeah, I listened. Can I please
flushing.
answer?
It says facial flushing, face turning red. An autonomic symptom involving sudden redness or color or changes of the face.
Yeah. It's very clear, very clear.
Heavy breathing, lovebird respiration often occurs during or after the aura phase, matching the breathing heavily descriptions. Profuse sweating, a well-documented autonomic feature, including heavy sweating, even cool conditions. Cases exist of isolated sweating episodes, later diagnosed as TLE. Sensation of heaviness or pressure. Visceral epigastric sensations, feeling the pressure or weight in the body abdomen, are classic temporal lobe seizures. So all these things, when you read them, these are all things that happened to Muhammad. So the way it looks like what happened to me is that he had this condition, and it even says religious. Hold on. There's one that even talks about that even some people feel religious experiences when they're having these types of seizures. So there was two scenarios. He was either having these epileptic seizures, or there are other cases when he was having epileptic seizures is whenever he would say, "Oh, I got a revelation in my head," right?
Yeah.
In other cases, when it wasn't that, it was just when Angel Gabriel would appear in person. But then when he did that, it always looked like it was Dihya. So
no one saw the angel Gabriel has like an angel form, right?
Yeah. So look at it says right here. So Yalla used to say, "I wish I could see Allah's messenger at the time he is being inspired." When the Prophet was at Jarmana, was shaded by a garment hanging over him, and some of his companions were with him, a man perfumed with scent came and said, "O Allah's messenger, what is your opinion regarding a man?" It says the Prophet's face was turned red. No, that's not the one I was looking for. Hold on. Here it is. Narrated Aisha, the mother of the faithful believers, Al-Harith bin Hisham asked Allah's messenger, "O Allah's messenger, how is the divine inspiration revealed to you?" Allah's messenger replied, "Sometimes it is revealed like the ringing of a bell. This form of inspiration is the hardest of all. And in this state, when this state passes off after I have grasped what is inspired, sometimes an angel comes in the form of a man." So he's only having these two types of revelation. So sometimes he's having an epileptic seizure, and sometimes Dihya comes.
Yeah.
Those are only two examples.
You hold a valid stance, but coming from like a Christian perspective, I take a different stance. I believe that he did have all these manifestations, but I believe it was attributed to like something demonic. But that's my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Muhammad.
Yes, bro. Yes. What?
Do you want to say anything before I continue with the rest of the story?
Wait. What did you say, Prophet? He had epileptic. What?
It's called temporal epileptic. Hold on.
Show me how it's written, bro. I don't even know how it's written.
God, the mic fit.
Temporal what?
So temporal lobe epilepsy.
This is the first time I will ever read. Oh, what the hell, bro? Wait. And what's this second case? Or it's either he had temporal lobe epilepsy or what?
Yeah, so here in this hadith, he describes. Oh no, is it this one? No, the other one.
Or he had dihya.
Or
this is your
was,
claim.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's other hadith, right, that say that they used to see Prophet Muhammad with dihya all the time getting revelations, and they always thought it was dihya, but they would always say, "Oh," but Muhammad would say, "Oh no, that was Gabriel."
Yeah, bro, but listen, your argument is a total logical mess because you are completely contradicting yourself. I'll explain to you why. You are trying to claim it was either temporal lobe epilepsy or secret meetings with Dihya.
No.
Think about how foolish that sounds, bro.
No, look,
if it was epilepsy,
no, brother, Muhammad said it himself. Look.
Okay.
He says, look.
Okay, bro. Okay,
look.
Let me finish.
You must have missed this part. Let me read it.
Finish.
No.
Let me finish.
No.
Why?
No,
Why?
because
Why
you
do
missed
have
this
the right to
part.
speak and
Because
not me?
I could tell that you're trying to answer without knowing this, what we just read. So
I
it says
know
here,
it, and I'm
they
giving
asked
an
him. They
explanation to
asked
it.
him. Look, they asked him, "Oh Allah's messenger, how is divine inspiration revealed to you?" He said, "Sometimes it's a ringing bell in my head, and sometimes it's an angel that comes in the form of a man called Dihya."
But okay, bro. But was it epilepsy or was it Dihya?
Both. According to
was
Muhammad, it was both.
Bro, a person having a genuine devastating medical seizure cannot simultaneously be calculated calm fraud, mastermind, orchestrating fake
Yes,
angel
he can.
visits,
Yes, he
bro.
can. Yes, he
By
can.
throwing both random theories at the wall,
Yes, he
you're
can.
admitting that
Yes,
neither
he
of them
can.
actually make sense on its own, bro.
Look, it says right here, when you have this disease, you have a preserved ability to recall and recite afterwards.
Bro, epilepsy. Bro, furthermore, you still haven't answered the medical reality. Epilepsy destroys speech and memory. It does
No,
not
it
allow a
doesn't.
man
No, it
to wake
doesn't.
up and
No, it
immediately
doesn't.
recite the most grammatically flawless, legally complex book in Arabic history. You are trapped by your own
No,
contradictions, bro.
what's happening here, like I told you, is Muhammad may have started the idea, but I don't believe he's the only author of the Quran.
What do you mean, bro? It was revealed to the Sahaba, to the companions
Right.
of the
That's
of
why
him.
that's why you guys have 7 different types of Quran with different words,
Show
with
me,
different meanings.
show me 7
You
different.
already know,
Show me
brother.
7 different.
No,
You
I'm
mean
not about to
Ahraf?
go in there. Yes, you know
Why?
about this, right?
You're scared. You don't have the knowledge to speak to them with me.
Yes,
Bring
okay.
bring
All right,
up the
let's talk
Ahraf.
about
Bring up now.
Let's
I
talk. All
dare
right, let's
you.
talk about
Yeah,
it.
hello.
Okay.
Okay,
My
bro.
bad. I'm
Okay,
back.
okay,
What's
okay.
up?
Fine.
Okay.
So the 7 ahruf, right?
No. Show me. I want
Brother,
to see.
I'm gonna just talk to you first about the sources. If me and you both agree, then we don't have to pull every single one of them up. No, because I'm not gonna. You're taking me off topic. So okay. So according to the first,
you're running, bro.
What was the first hadith where the companions heard about the ahruf?
What was the first hadith that what?
Where the companions of Muhammad heard about the ahruf.
I'll look it up, bro, because I don't. It's like 100,000.
So you're
hadith.
saying I don't know, but in
all of them.
reality you don't know.
Okay, what was the first hadith where the companions
It's
heard
where,
what?
yeah, where the companions figured out that there was ahrufs, where there was 7 ahrufs.
Figured out that because I don't know. I will look it up. There was 7 ahrufs. I don't know, bro. I have the right to search.
What'd you say, Gregory?
They say it was recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari, 4,992,
Yeah.
and Sahih Muslim, 818.
Yeah, let's go to the Bukhari one. Okay, so what is it? 4,000 what?
4,992.
Okay, let's read it.
And also Sahih Muslim.
I know. Let's just, brother, one at a time, please.
Yeah.
All right. This is it right here. Okay. So this is the first time that the companions are hearing about the Ahruf. Okay. Now let's read it.
Yeah.
I heard Hisham bin Hakim reciting Surat Al-Furqan during the life of Allah's Messenger. First thing I want to ask you is, how did Umar hear? How did he hear it? Why did he hear it?
Why did he hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the context.
Okay, let's keep reading. So I heard Hisham bin Hakim reciting Al-Furqan during the lifetime of Allah's Messenger, and I listened to his recitation and noticed that he recited it in several different ways, which Allah's Messenger had not taught me. I was about to jump over him during what? During what? Can you read it?
His prayer.
During his prayer. So now we know how he heard it and why he heard it, right? He heard it because this was during his prayer. Which, again, how many times a day do you guys pray?
What's your point? What's your point?
That he should have heard this before.
Why?
Yeah, so what?
Because you guys
What's the
pray.
conclusion?
Because you guys pray.
Okay,
because you guys pray 5 times a day.
Okay, can I tell you why this is not true?
Sure.
Because we pray 5 times a day. Surah Al-Fatiha is read in every prayer. But Al-Furqan, anyone, like, you could pick any surah to read after the Fatiha. So this was probably the first time you heard him read Surah Al-Furqan. It doesn't have to be.
So now let's think about the example. So according to you, right? Let's go backwards. So according to you, from the beginning, Muhammad was reciting all the verses in 7 ahruf, right?
I'm not sure about that. So wait, what's the question?
Can I give an answer? So you think you found a contradiction, right? But you actually just proved the flawless preservation of Quran. When Umar dragged Hisham to the Prophet, peace be upon him, the Prophet listened to both of them and explicitly said to both recitations, it was revealed in this way. This proved that the variation were not human mistakes or corruption. They were intentionally revealed by God in 7 different ahruf, dialectal modes, to allow different Arab tribes with different accents and synonyms to easily memorize the text. If someone translates a book into British English and American English using words like lift and elevator, the meaning remains 100% identical. The core theology, laws, and stories never changed. You aren't exposing a corruption. You are exposing your own ignorance of how the Quran was intentionally revealed.
All right. So what I'm saying to you, I know that's what you believe. However, what I believe is that this teaching about ahruf was a backwards rationalization for corruption and variations in the Quran.
The Prophet settled it instantly. If the Quran was being corrupted by companions making mistake, the Prophet, peace be upon him, would have corrected the wrong person. Instead, he validated both.
Muhammad, please, for the love of God. Like, you're talking so confidently, but you're not even making any valid points. What I'm trying to tell you, listen to my argument. Listen to my argument. I don't believe you. I don't believe Muhammad. I don't believe what the hadith say.
If you don't believe it, why you question?
From my point of view, you guys are all liars. Okay? The hadith is lying. You're lying. And whoever wrote this hadith is also lying. So what I believe is that they made this up in order to backwards rationalize and excuse non-perfect preservation. Because what was actually happening was Muhammad, of course, he was reciting a book. It was orally. He was orally giving it to other people. And of course, you would expect them to make mistakes and have variations. And what ended up happening after 20 years, this started to get out of hand. And then finally, the companion started asking, Muhammad, what's going on here? Why is everybody reciting it differently? And then he invented this narrative. Because when you read this verse, these two people talking here, Umar and Hisham, Umar had already been a companion for 20 years. Hisham didn't become a Muslim till 20 years into the prophethood. So how is it that this is the first time that Umar had heard anybody reciting the Quran differently after 20 years of being a Muslim?
Bro, I want you to calm down and don't think that it's contradiction.
Muhammad, I just want you to answer me directly. Please don't tell me about what I need to act like. Just answer the question.
What's your question, bro? What's your question?
Why
Repeat
is it the first time that the companions are hearing about this after 20 years of the Prophet Muhammad being a prophet?
Yo, bro, like I said earlier, it's
Type it into ChatGPT and then let me know what it says, okay?
Okay, bro. So what's
so just pause until you get your answer, then just be quiet. Just stop making stuff up. Now he's gonna read me what ChatGPT says, and it's not gonna have nothing to say with what I just said. Go ahead, Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this one specific surah. He heard the surah being read differently, so he went to the Prophet, asked him, why is it being read differently?
Right.
And how can this guy be changing it?
Right.
Let me handle it. Let me handle it.
Hold on, Lucas. No, because Lucas is actually more reasonable than you. So, Lucas, if Muhammad had been reciting 7 ahruf to different companions, and all of each ahruf would have been mass transmitted, right?
Okay.
Then why is it that Umar is so surprised when he hears somebody reading the Quran differently?
Let me see.
So to me, this just shows the Quran was not perfectly preserved. People were making mistakes, obviously, because you would make a mistake. If I read a book to you right now out loud and told you to memorize it, you wouldn't. You just wouldn't, okay? So people are going around trying to memorize what Muhammad was saying every day, and then every day he was adding another verse and another verse and another verse, and he was randomly getting revelations. Muhammad, can we sleep with these married women? Yes, revelation, boom, memorize it. Oh, but memorize it in 7 different ways. Like, it's nonsense.
Yo, bro, his
companions were making up verses.
Yeah. We get it. Umar, you are wow.
Umar,
you are good.
Umar was like, the Lord agreed with me in 3 things: that women should cover themselves up.
Okay.
And then the verse was revealed.
Do you want a question or do you want an answer? Do you want a question or answer?
Please,
what do you?
Please answer, brother. Please
answer. Okay, I'll give you an answer. So Omar's surprise doesn't prove lack of preservation. It proves the exact opposite.
All right.
Omar was.
All right. You said that already.
Your patience is on another level.
Sorry. I don't know what else to do, dude.
Oh man, that guy.
Muhammad, you said that already. Please give me a new argument.
Okay, bro. Omar was so protective of the Quran that the moment he heard a single syllable.
You said that already. I'm asking you, if Muhammad was mass transmitting 7 ahruf to all the companions, why hadn't Omar, who had been a companion for 20 years by this time, how come he never heard it before? Especially when people are praying 5 times a day, and according to Lucas, they could read whatever verse they want. He should have seen a plethora of different variations of the Quran by that time.
Bro, please don't kick me, bro.
But answer the question, though. Don't tell me that this proves perfect preservation, because that's what's being called into question right now.
Okay, bro, but please don't.
Okay, but just like I'm not gonna let you just like insult me right now. Just give me an answer to what I'm saying.
Okay, bro, but just promise me you won't.
I'm not gonna promise you that. Promise me that you're gonna answer exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm going to answer you exactly what you're saying. But just don't kick me, bro, please. I'll answer you because the Quran was revealed gradually over to. Bro, are you listening?
I'm listening,
or just laughing?
I'm listening. Go.
Okay, because the Quran was revealed gradually over 23 years. The permission for different tribal dialects was given later in the Prophet's life as new tribes accepted Islam. Umar simply hadn't encountered that specific tribal dialect yet. The moment the Prophet, peace be upon him, confirmed it was from God, Umar accepted it. New information is not corruption.
Okay, I
Now
got you.
I
Okay.
ask you, no.
Okay.
I ask you, if a student does not know about a new rule until the teacher explains it, is the textbook
Muhammad, I
corrupted,
got you.
or did the student
Muhammad, I
just
got you.
learn
Okay.
something new?
Okay. Now you gave a reasonable answer. Now what you're saying is that Muhammad did not even start doing seven ahruf until this time, basically, is what you're saying, right?
No, answer my question. I was asking a question. Answer. First,
Muhammad,
I will
I'm
answer.
trying to now grant you your argument, and now you're still arguing with me.
If a student does not know about a new rule,
All right.
I guess his point is that Omar didn't hear that stuff before until he heard it.
No, I get what. So what I think he's trying to say is that the seven ahruf didn't start until 20 years. That's what he's telling me right now.
It didn't. It's not. I guess he didn't hear that. I'm guessing.
I'm not worried about a specific ahruf. I'm talking about ahruf, the idea of ahruf. The point here is not that Umar was surprised about Al-Furqan. He was surprised about a different recitation.
But can someone answer what is an aruf? I still don't know. I've always heard that.
Is they say it's they don't. Well, first of all, they don't know what it is because.
Thank you. There you go. My friend told me that, so I wanted to see if you knew or someone else knew.
Yeah, they don't.
And what is a rasim?
A
rasim. No one knows what that is either.
Well, they do know that. That's a rasim is the consonantal text without the marks.
Bro, it's just a simple search. Haruf is a plural of harf. Is the conscious of Quran.
Lucas, look.
I don't get it.
Look, I'm gonna show you, brother. Hold on. Look.
Yeah, I think Muhammad's like your #1 fan, bro.
He's a passionate guy. But it's good because he's figuring it out as we go. I know he's never heard any of this stuff, and he's Googling it, and he's like, this is what I believe now. All right, so here goes. You see the screen, Lucas?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Al-Suyuti, Jalal al-Din al-Suyuti, 911 AH, discusses the seven ahruf extensively in his major work, Al-Itqan fi Ulum al-Quran, especially in the section on the modes of revelation. Key points from Suyuti. He lists around 35 to 40 different scholarly opinions on what the seven ahruf actually mean. These include interpretations such as 7 different Arabic dialects or languages, tribal ways of speaking, 7 types of variations in recitation, differences in wording, grammar, synonyms, or forms that do not change the core meaning, 7 categories of content or stylistic differences, and other linguistic, numerical, or facilitative explanations to make recitation easier for various Arab tribes. Now, what can you deduce from Suyuti's explanation?
So there's a bunch of different opinions.
Right.
Okay.
Why would there be a bunch of different opinions?
Because everyone's trying to grasp the idea of it and like what it actually means.
Right. And as they're doing that, I'm assuming they're looking at the different Qurans and they're trying to find some consistency.
It's not different Qurans. It's just the way it's recited. I don't get it.
Brother, excuse me how I communicate. I know this is not what you believe, but I'm speaking from my point of view. Okay? To me, it looks like it's just different Qurans. So what I'm saying is the scholars are taking these different Qurans, what you would call different recitations, and they cannot find one consistent thing that it could be, what an ahruf could be, because what they're finding is variations of variations. They're saying in some cases we're seeing dialectic differences between the different Qurans. In some cases we're seeing different wording. In other cases we're seeing different grammar. In other cases we're seeing synonyms. Sometimes
But
they
everything
change.
is the same meaning.
No,
But everything
it's
is the
not.
same meaning,
No,
though.
no, no, it
Everything
isn't.
is. Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. I could show you. I could show you verses
We
where
had
it's
a
not the
we had
same
a girl
meaning.
here yesterday that literally showed from the the word difference from when you change it from the rasm. Was the rasm? What was it?
Yeah,
Scary?
right. Yeah, when you add the vowels,
Right.
when you add the diacritical marks to the rasm, sometimes those marks actually change the words and the meanings. And
Right.
sometimes there's some kira'at who have missing words from other kira'at.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Brother, this is what the scholars are telling you. This is why they're
I know, but I'm
saying
like,
we
can I
can't
see an
find one
example?
consistent. Yes, we could. You want? Okay, so let's show you example of change in meaning. Okay.
Okay, I understand a change of syllables can change your meaning, but I want to see where it happened. Like, where did we
I'm gonna
do
show
that?
you that. I'm gonna show you that.
Yeah.
And also, Lucas, do you know when the Quran was mass produced? Like the printing and the Quran was like massively produced?
What do you mean?
When when the Quran was like being massively produced, when it was like going around, like kind of like in the Bible when Constantine made Christianity popular, they started mass producing the Bible in like 400, 500.
Are you talking about when the companions gathered the verses?
No. When it became mainstream, when the Quran was being mass produced and everyone was going around the world, people were printing a bunch of it. When was that?
I don't understand your question. I mean, at the time of the Prophet.
Am I asking you wrong, or do you understand what I'm asking you, Scary?
What do you mean
I'm
mass
sorry, I didn't
produced?
hear. What'd you
Like,
say?
when was the Quran mass produced? Like, people were printing thousands, millions, whatever it was of the Quran. It was being widespread. When was that?
When was it?
I'm asking you. Do you know?
I don't.
19th century.
So just because it is being
No.
just because it is being mass pushed, that's when it was created, or what? I don't get what you're trying to say.
Okay, so look, so the Quran was being mass produced and widespread in the 19th century. The original manuscript from the Birmingham manuscript was in Quraysh dialect. You know that, right?
Okay, go on.
Okay, so my point here is that you guys didn't even go from the original language that Muhammad spoke. You guys went on, and who gave you guys the authority? That's my friend's point, to go and change from you don't go from Quraysh dialect to English. You change it directly to MSA, which is like a different language, and then you mass produce the Quran. So to me, there's like a really gray area there. Like, why was it like that? I think it should have been
Quran's
differently.
been the same since
So let me tell. Okay, let me give you a breakdown of what he's saying. So what he's saying is that when you read your original manuscripts, right, the actual physical evidence that we have, they're written without the diacritical marks.
Okay.
Okay. So now the problem that we have with that now is, if someone adds diacritical marks, what they're doing is they're also now possibly changing words and changing meanings, because diacritical marks do that, right? And so if you get to the point where you have 7 kira'at or 10 kira'at, or some places say 30 kira'at, right? You end up with now 30 sets of diacritical marks that all can change words and meanings. Right? This is what the original text looked like right here, right? Without the marks. So now from a physical standpoint, we can never prove what the original meaning was, because the meaning was without the diacritical marks. Right? And
So
I
my
know
point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, my point is that this is like, the latest, the most original. This is what Muhammad spoke, right? This is his Quraysh dialect. My point is that when it was mass produced in the 19th century, you guys didn't even go back to this and use this to go to English or translate it. You guys went to MSA, which is like is even a different kind of Arabic. If you see the difference between MSA and classical Arabic, there's a big difference. So my point is, like, why didn't you guys go from this original to then English, or just have the whole Quran in this kind of Arabic? That's what I want to understand.
So here I'm gonna show you the hold on, I gotta pull up the manuscript, the Birmingham manuscript so my YouTube can see it as well. But I'm gonna show you the different variants of the different words with different meanings. All right, so for people on YouTube, this is what we're talking about. This is the original text without the marks, okay? There's no marks.
Yeah, my bad. I'm at work. That's why I keep cutting off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
1 second.
So here, this is Arabic without marks on it, okay? And when you add marks on it, it can change the vowels, it can
Switch
change the
screens,
pronunciation. What are you talking about?
You're not on big screen. I'm on big screen.
Oh, yeah, you're good. My YouTube can see it though. So this is what Neo was showing. The Arabic without the marks. Okay. Like I said, this is when you have this form of Arabic right here, you don't know what dialect. You don't know what meaning they're trying to pull from this, because you have to know
skeleton.
Yeah, you only have the skeleton. You need the marks to know what dialect, how to say the words, what vowels to add to these consonants, which could change the meaning of the word, etc., etc. Okay, hold on a second. Let me let Muhammad.
And I had a friend that came on here, Lucas, that was a Muslim, and one of the reasons why he became Christian was because of this. And he literally changed. He went on word for word and used the context that he thought for the passage, and he translated the moon splitting, and it came out to the moon appearing to be split. So it can change depending on how you want to put the context and the roots of the words, and
This is why I say that Muhammad didn't necessarily come up with the religion, right? And why you guys have a thing right now that somewhat makes sense is because all you had to work off is a skeleton text where you can just add dots and marks and completely change the meaning of things to like fix it, you could say, over time. And
it wasn't
what we do have, that's what you guys say, but we don't believe you. So what it looks like is that
then it's just my belief versus your belief, basically.
No problem, Lucas. So you can decide on your own, right? So what we see though is that people must have been adding marks all over the place to the point where Uthman got to the point where he said, okay, we're just gonna have to burn everything and start over. Okay, that's what it looks like what happened. But anyway, let me show you, Lucas, here what I was talking about, the ones that you currently do have, right? So here we have this is Surah, 1181. Okay, Surah 1181. And you have one, I'm trying to see if it gave me the actual, okay, yeah. The Hafs version, it says, so travel with your family during a portion of the night, and let not any among you look back except your wife. That's what the Hafs version says. Okay?
Okay.
In the Ibn Kathir version, it says, and let not any among you look back except your wife. Right? Hold on. Let me see if this is getting it right. Hold on. So travel with your family during the portion of the night, and then like I said, oh no, this is
same meaning.
Hold on. No, I gotta put it up from Quran.com because I think AI is getting it wrong. Hold on. What verse did it say it was? So this is 1181. Hold on a second. So you guys can actually look these up yourself. When you go to Quran.com, it has the different qira'at on here. So when you pull up a verse, hold on, 1181. So when you pull up any verse, if there's a different variant reading, it'll tell you right here. You see right here, it says qira'at.
Okay.
You can click on it. So here it tells you right here. The verse says, then the angel said, O Allah, indeed we are the messenger of the Lord, therefore they will never reach you. So set out with your family during the portion of the night, and let not any among you look back except your wife.
Okay.
So what does this mean? What does it mean, set out with your family during a portion of the night, and let not any among you look back except your wife? What does that mean?
It's pretty straightforward.
What does it mean then if it's straightforward?
To set out with your family during a portion of the night, and then not let any among you look back except your wife.
Okay, so what is he saying about the wife here?
I mean, the wife to look back? Is that what it's saying?
Basically, right? Basically. So then when you read the qira'at, the different version,
okay.
Hold on, I gotta here. So it says, So one is basically saying take away your family, like take your family with you, except your wife, right? So in the other reading, she's not even going.
You said what surah is this?
This is 11. Hold on, let me. 1181.
Surah Hud. Hud.
Hmm?
I'm afraid.
Can I please ask you very quick? Where are you getting this source from?
Quran.com.
And do you trust Quran.com? Do you think it's reliable source?
More than you, yes.
Prove it.
Yo, are you serious right now? This guy's questioning Quran. You questioning Quran.com right now, brother? Are you serious?
Are you sure it's not an anti-Islamic
No,
site?
brother. You can actually go in real life and find these Qurans.
Make it out of bigger water. Open it for her. Drink it and give it out to drink.
What the
It's
hell
not
is
right.
that?
You don't think it's not right?
What's happening?
Gregory's speaking like some
It's
kind
got
of
limited things.
European language.
It's got certain limits.
Huh?
Is that English?
It sounds like a mix of English. I don't know. Gregory, what are you saying?
No, I'm not with you guys. I'm just listening.
You talking to your family or something, bro?
I'm gonna drop him because I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Bro, are you married? Do you have a wife?
No.
Bro, you're single, bro, and you're like this, bro. You must be humble.
Scary hour.
You
You
talk
remember
a lot of nonsense, brother.
Muhammad, you
All
think?
right. Anyway.
Oh, go ahead. What's up, boss?
Let's get back on topic. So, just like Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, they had the harakat, which we call them in Arabic, or the dots and whatever. So, for example, Adonai or Elohim would have two dots underneath the, what is it, Resh? I don't know. I don't remember. Whatever. But any Arabic speaker, I'm sure Muhammad and Lucas are probably not Arabic speakers, but they would write in Arabic with the Arabic keyboard with no harakat. If you were to go in the Quran, however, there are harakat. What is the reason we have harakat? Just like you said, Scary Hour, if you go in the early manuscripts of the Quran, there are no harakat. Whoa. Boom. Okay. So, why do we have harakat? To preserve the reason the way he read it. So there's a hadith, زينوا صوتكم, which is make your voice sound good when you read the Quran. Okay, we don't want to sing when you read the Quran. You want to have the same recitation as the early Muslims have, to not mispronounce any words, to have the correct pronunciation. So 200 years after the Quran was written, after Muhammad, etc., etc., all the different ways of recitation, which I think are 7 ways or 10 ways, were written down. The 2 most popular are Hafs and Warsh. Warsh being popular in Morocco, Hafs being popular everywhere else. All right, just like you went on Google, Surah Al-Fatiha, Malik Yawmiddin, and Maliki Yawmiddin, which is a slight difference. It just makes it a little longer. Can you change your tab back to Google?
Google?
Yeah, you went on Google AI overview?
No.
Whatever AI you were on.
I'm on Quran.com right now.
Your previous tab.
No, I know what you're asking me to do. I'm refusing.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, I don't want you to take me off track. So just if you're not dealing with what I'm saying, then I don't know where you're going with it.
What do you mean dealing with what you're saying? Didn't I answer your question?
No.
Okay, can I give my
I am tracking. Hold on,
Muhammad, let him talk.
Because at least this guy is at least giving me good information, which is everything he said is true. Well, the only thing we're differing on XSA is the conclusion of what does that mean? What you saying? So everything you said is factually true, but to you it means one thing. To me it means the opposite. So now we have to talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, so you just said that the diacritical marks were added to preserve the text. My argument is that
To preserve the recitation.
Correct. My argument is because there's not just one set, right? There's, like you said, 7 to 10. Some people say 30 different sets of diacritical marks. So my argument is that just proves that the original set was not preserved.
The original recitation?
Mm-hmm.
Why would that be a problem?
Because even if you want to take the argument that, like Muhammad was told by Gabriel that 7 sets were approved, why do you guys now have 10?
No, Jibril.
No, those
Muhammad
are
and Jibril have nothing to do with
two
this.
different things.
Muhammad and Jibril
One is
have
qira'at
nothing
and
to
one
do
is
with this.
huruf.
I know, but I'm saying they're the same thing. That's my argument. What's yours?
What do you mean the same thing? It's
my
how
argument.
people recited it back then, and
So explain to me the difference between the 7 ahruf and the 10 qira'at.
What's a ahruf? You mean the letter? Harf is a letter.
I know what the word means. I'm saying how was it used in practice?
Used in practice, usually only one is used, which is hafs.
No, I'm not saying which qira'at is used. I'm saying what is the difference between the 7 ahruf and the 10 qira'at?
I don't know. Explain it to me.
You don't know?
I'm not sure.
All right. So my argument is that it's the same. From what I can see in the evidence of the tafsirs and the hadiths and when I look at them, they're supposed to be the same. Yeah.
Okay.
And it would make sense that they're supposed to be the same, right? Because that's why originally they tried to make it only 7. They tried to make it 7 qira'at. Where does that come? Where does that number come from? It comes from the 7 ahruf. So they knew that Muhammad had been approved only 7 by Gabriel. That's why they tried to make it 7 qira'at, right? Which is just 7 modes of recitation, whatever that means. But the problem that they ran into when they tried to force it into 7 is the people started to fight, because people started saying, well, you say it's these 7, but I got an 8th one, and I swear that I heard this from the Prophet Muhammad's mouth. So then they had to add 8 and 9 and 10, even though they didn't want to.
I'm pretty sure these. Wait, can you dumb it down for me? What the difference between ahruf and qira'ah are?
There shouldn't be any difference. That's the point.
I don't really see a difference.
There's not. That's what I'm
like the. You know the 7 recitations? They weren't dated back to the time of Muhammad, to my understanding. They were 200 years after.
Yeah, supposedly. I don't have no problem even granting you that. What I'm saying is there's 10 now, at least. Some people have more.
Right.
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 But where's the problem?
All right.
I don't see any source where Jibril allowed only 7 ways to.
Oh, you want me to show you that? You want me to show you that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so I did a deep research on this, Scary, and the Muslims here. So what we were talking about, right? There's something called, let me pick it up here, abajad. Abajad is what we talked about, Scary, and you know how it's skeleton, and they give you the consonant, and then you could come in and fill the word depending on the context. You guys following?
Carry on.
So in the Quraysh dialect, the earliest manuscript that we talked about, the purpose of that was that back then they were just doing oral recitation, so they didn't really use written. So they were just using this manuscript to get an idea, and then they can kind of just understand based off the little that there was there, the skeleton, right? So the purpose of the Quraysh dialect and the way they had it like this was just to kind of like refresh their memory and go like, oh, okay, I remember now because it gives me a clue, right? So the issue with that is that we don't have most of the manuscripts that you can know exactly what Muhammad was trying to recite back then. So we'll never know what the original meaning of the Quran was, because we went straight to MSA. which is what I was telling Lucas, that in the 19th
The
century was
Quran
when they
was
started
mass
mass
memorized.
printing the Qurans.
It was mass memorized. Everyone at the time had it the whole Quran memorized, and that till this day there's a chain from Prophet Muhammad ﷺ of it being memorized.
All right, guys.
You can't know
Let's
that.
get back on track. Let's get back on track, please. All right.
We
So
can
here,
agree on that.
here, let's get back on track, please, guys. Okay. So here it says the prophet was present at the pool of Banu Ghaffar. Gabriel came to him and said, Allah has commanded you to make your community read the Quran in one harf, right? So this is like, I guess, when this was first happening.
Okay.
He, the prophet, said, I beg Allah his pardon and forgiveness. My community has not the strength to do so. He then came for the second time and told him the same thing. So each time that Muhammad wanted to increase the number of harf, what did he have to do?
Right. He asked God.
He had to beg, right? So he the prophet said, I beg Allah his pardon and forgiveness. My community has not the strength to do so. He then came for the second time and told him the same thing till he reached up to 7. So I was trying to find the one that actually goes down each one, because he basically said, my ummah cannot do so. Then Gabriel said, okay, do it in 2. Then he said again, my ummah cannot do so. He said, okay, fine, do it in 3. My ummah cannot do so, be it in 4. He kept doing this, and then anyway, they end up in the same conclusion where he says,
7.
Yeah. So he says, finally, he said, Allah has commanded for your community to read the Quran. Check this out. You can read the Quran in 7 different harfs in whichever mode they read it. That will be correct. So how many modes were permitted?
You said, right. Yeah, okay, 7.
Okay,
Those were the modes that were permitted.
So now, if 7 were permitted and 7 would be considered correct, then what happens if you have 8?
Then one of them is not correct.
Correct. And 9?
Absolutely.
And 10?
Yeah, 2 of them are not correct, 3 of
and
them,
12,
etc.,
30,
etc.
right. So what the problem, what the problem is here is that whoever came up with the 7 ahruf or the 10 qira'at, they're not Muhammad's messenger.
No, that's where we disagree. Okay.
They're not Muhammad's messenger.
Now I feel like,
I know.
From my knowledge.
Yeah, but the thing is that
they try to keep
you can't but disagree, right? You have to disagree, or else your religion is proven false, right? So this is where we're gonna split. To me, this is just proving not perfect preservation. To you, you're just gonna believe that, there was so many variations. Whatever variation you could possibly find, all of them are approved, right? That's where you're gonna believe, right?
No, I believe it's breaking a commandment from God, and I believe it's a sin, and I believe whoever came up with this 8th qira'ah,
interesting,
has came up with something wrong. Okay. However, what you said, they came up with 7 at the time of Gabriel, and then passed on. No, they tried to keep 1, and Muhammad, as you read, said to God, it would be impossible for him to preserve 1 full way of reading for the rest of eternity. So keep 2, keep 3, keep 4, etc., etc.
But then what we find is that it wasn't impossible.
What do you mean?
Because Uthman did it.
Yeah, he burned the Quran. Exactly. Perfect. I don't know why people argue against that man because he burned Qurans, which is
because exactly what Neo just told you. If you burn all the copies of the Quran, think about what you're talking about. If anything would have been more valuable to the preservation of the Quran, it would have been those copies.
What do you mean those copies? You mean altered copies? Then we would have like 200 different.
Christianity does it. Christianity allows you to read all of their variations in their manuscripts, and
it's not breaking the commandment.
All it does is help their case. Don't you see it? When you read all the manuscripts, you guys love to claim that
it's not even a holy scripture.
You love to claim that the Bible is not corrupted or the Bible's corrupted, but they didn't burn their manuscripts. They let you read them. They let you see the variations.
The variations were from
let's say the Quran.
They weren't part of the. Yeah, you good. They weren't part of the original text. They were handwritten notes. Like people used to add handwritten notes to John 5:7, for example. The Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit.
Who's talking now?
That's me. Z.
Z. Okay. What you're talking about is one example of one verse. Stop being silly.
I mean, I'm not trying to
Right, but
list the
isn't
whole
that
Bible right
corruption?
now. I'm
You're
just giving you
being
an
silly,
example.
brother. You're really being silly. Like, please, let's
I'm
have
giving you an
let's have
example.
serious arguments, okay? If I have to go and learn Arabic and read tafsir and read hadith and read Quran and listen to your scholars, please let's have a serious conversation, okay? Don't come at me with this nonsense of all the manuscripts are notes. No, they're not. Stop lying. What Christians have is a bunch of manuscripts written in different language all over the world. Thousands of manuscripts
I
found
was
all
talking
over the
about the
world.
Quranic
Shut
manuscripts.
up.
I
They're
was
found
talking about the
all over the
Quranic
world.
manuscripts.
Oh, whatever. Why are you talking about that? I'm talking about the Bible right now. The Christians have manuscripts found all over the world, all in different languages. They all say pretty much the same thing. Scholars say from 95 to 99% the same. Okay? And do they have notes? Do they have church father notes? Absolutely. And the church father notes quote previous manuscripts that we don't have access to, right? But even their notes that they're quoting match the manuscripts that we have today without a need for a book burning session.
Okay, Scary, but after the Quran has one extra book, which nobody reads, by the way, everyone sticks to have some warsh, and that book contains an extra prolonged word, okay? Let's say this word has to be pronounced extra long because they believe Muhammad did that, okay? Now you have a problem, okay? Now the Bible is perfectly preserved, but the Quran is corrupted and should be thrown away, and we shouldn't trust the Quran because it has this one word that's a letter too long, or like half a
How is
second
that
too long,
wait, first of all, if what you were saying to me was that you have one Quran, like for example, you're trying to say you only take one Quran,
I'm
right?
giving you an example over
No, I
here.
know, but in your example, you don't take the other Qira'at, right?
What do you mean, the other Quran?
The other, you don't
There's
take
only
the
one
Warsh,
Quran.
you don't
What are
take,
we saying? We have one Quran.
no, the Qira'at I'm talking about.
Most
I know, but
countries stick to house
Right. And
or
so you're
Warsh.
saying, do you reject the other
Okay.
ones? Is that what you're saying? Is that where you're starting from?
I'm not rejecting the other ones as false. I'm
So
just
then why
saying
are you
that there
saying we
are
have
other ones.
one with, why are you saying we have one with different, then you don't have one, you have 10.
Or
Okay,
just one Quran.
let's
It's
say we
really
have
just
10, 20, 30. The thing is, if those have a different way of reading them, you have a completely different problem as a completely different translation of this Bible and that Bible and this Bible. But you're completely fine with that.
No, brother, I don't have a problem. You guys have a problem because most Christians would be okay with you guys having different Qira'at. The ones who started this nonsense about the Bible being corrupted is you guys.
It is though.
Are we
No,
wrong?
because every single example of corruption that you could possibly point to in the Bible is found in the Quran.
What do you mean every single?
So was the Bible
How is that
properly
corruption?
preserved? The Bible was properly preserved.
As far as what is considered properly preserved by historians, yes. Now, from a Muslim paradigm, what you guys have made up in your head, obviously not. But from a historical point of view, biblical scholars agree that the Bible is very well preserved.
My argument isn't that the Bible isn't preserved. That's a completely different argument that I would have to study and get into. Your argument is that the Quran is not preserved.
My argument is that you guys need to stop talking about the Bible not being preserved. That's it.
That's it?
Yep. I actually do believe the Quran is pretty well preserved.
I don't know. Maybe our standard is really too high for everyone else.
It's too high for yourself. That's the problem. That's the
If
problem. Because
you
listen,
say
you know,
so.
let me give you some more examples. So look, the problem with the Bible, with the Quran is that it makes a divine claim. It goes so far as to say that it's so preserved that this is one of the things that could be used to prove divinity, right?
I mean, yeah,
now you guys have created a paradigm that you didn't have to create. The Bible doesn't say that about itself, right?
I mean,
now let me show you the problem with that claim, right? When you read, let me show you is it chapter 2, verse 106, right? right here. We do not abrogate a verse, or, this is the problem right here. This word right here, or, is the biggest problem in the Quran. We do not abrogate a verse or cause it to be forgotten, except that we bring forth one better and similar to it. So is the Quran excusing forgetting the Quran?
No. The previous revelations before, we do not, okay, let me break it down. We do not allow a book to be corrupted unless there's going to be another book after
You must
that.
be, are you Quran, you're Quran only Muslim?
I'm not Quran only Muslim.
Yes, you are. You have to be. From what you just said, you're definitely a Quran only Muslim.
I'm just reading the verse.
Okay, are you a Sunni Muslim?
I'm a Sunni Muslim.
Okay, then you're just lying then.
My line. Please tell me how my line, please.
This verse is talking about the Quran, brother. Stop making stuff up.
Z. Read that. Z, read that and tell me if I'm wrong. Okay?
Read the English?
We do not abrogate. Oh, come on, scroll back up.
If Allah asks us to forgive something, how is it that we're talking about it?
Henry,
I don't
please.
understand.
Henry, please. Henry, please.
No, Henry, carry on. If
Nope.
we don't
stop trying to
allow
run. Stop
any
trying to run.
book-
Stop trying to run.
I'm not running.
Stop
I'm
trying to
reading the
run,
verse,
brother.
and then you
Stop
said
running.
you must
Brother,
follow.
stop trying to run. Stop trying to run.
He's reading it.
What's up with it?
You want me to show you? You want me to show you a perfect example of how this verse was used in the Hadith?
You show me, yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Here. Sahih Bukhari 4481. Narrated Ibn Abbas. Hold on, I'm going to click on it. Okay. Narrated Ibn Abbas. Umar said, our best Quran reciter, not Bible, not Torah, none of that. Our best Quran reciter is Ubay, and our best judge is Ali. And in spite of this is very interesting, in spite of them being the best reciters we ever saw, what do? We leave some of the statements of Ubay.
Okay.
Why would they do that?
What are his statements?
Why would they do that?
What are his statements? What?
Why would he leave someone with the best? Then he says, we leave some of the statements of Ubay because Ubay says, I do not leave anything that I have heard from Allah's messenger, right? I do not leave anything that I heard from Allah's messenger, meaning the Quran. He would never leave it. But what is the answer given to Ubay? You have to leave it because Allah says, whatever verse and revelations we do abrogate or cause to be forgotten, we bring forth a better one or similar to it.
Go back up.
Well, I'm confused.
Sound right.
What's going on? What's the contradiction here?
All right, we're gonna just take a little break here. I'm gonna need a little break from the Muslims because now I can hear they've already turned off their brains. So we're just gonna give it a little time. Let it sit. Let it sit for a little while, right? Maybe they don't get it. I don't know. Maybe it's my fault. We're just gonna let it marinate. Okay? The verse is clearly talking about the Quran, brother. Stop making stuff up, okay?
How can we present it so they can take the veil off their eyes? To be honest, I'm trying to be.
We can't apparently. I don't know how much like back to back bakings. I really don't get it.
You think that is because of the community? They're afraid to lose their community or family or something like that?
100%. 100%. And their whole grandeur of feeling better than the Christians completely disappears. Now they're like, who am I now?
Well, they can become Christians like you.
I'm not a Christian, Henry. What are you talking about?
I can see you, dude. I can see you.
Oh, that's funny. So yeah,
You know that I know what you're doing, but I can see it.
What, you think I'm an underground Christian?
I think you're in the closet.
That's fucking funny as hell. I'm not a Christian.
Yeah, absolutely. I did.
No, man. I promise you, I'm not. I'm really not, dude.
Okay.
When I talk, like when I pray, I say God. I don't say Jesus. I don't say none of that. Sometimes I say Father because I do feel like God is my Father, but I don't say none of that, nothing else.
Well, Jesus said, by their actions you will recognize them. So regardless of what you say.
He's like, I don't know. You're acting like a son of God right now.
So it's nice that you explain to them, but then you know how I feel about Islam, but it past that thing. It would be nice to explain to them so they can take the veil off and don't follow that book.
I know for this is one thing. So when I used to be a Christian, my pastor used to tell me something because we used to go preaching a lot. And my pastor, I used to come and complain and say, why don't the people believe me when I'm showing them clear stuff? And he used to say, look, it's not your job to get people to say things like that. Like they're not going to come out and say, hey, I believe you, I give up my religion, right? But they're also not dumb, right? They understand English. And so those words are hitting them, whether they say it or not. Right? It's obvious when everybody gets it, and then the one person that's Muslim that's talking to me, he doesn't get it. Okay, right. Sure he does.
So they believe in it. They don't know, they believe. Believe is a convincing that you did in your brain.
Yeah, right now what's happening in their mind is this. He's like, okay, that does make sense. However, I'm not going to admit it right now. I'm going to go do some research and I'm going to find an argument and I'll come back. Hopefully. So, let them, that's fine. Let them do that. They can come and when they find their argument, they can come back and we can have the conversation again. But 9 times out of 10, they're not going to find anything that's really, really convincing. And then they can just live with themselves at that point.
It could happen my way that I feel I received revelation. So I just became a Christian in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's going to happen to you because you said that you're open to that, right?
I've asked for that many times, brother, because honestly, I couldn't see it happening any other way, but
Yeah, in your time. You're doing good.
So
I'm not trying to push your buttons or anything.
No, I understand. No, that's one of the, I get a lot of messages from people on this app, like, telling me, brother, you're so close, just become a Christian.
You don't have to become a Christian. You are a Christian. You don't become one. You are or you're not.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to basically wrap up what we were speaking about, guys, we were talking about today what did it look like, right, when Muhammad was receiving his revelations? And what we found out is that it didn't look anything like what was going on with the other prophets. The other prophets, when they would hear God speaking, other people would hear it also. Like when when Moses went to Mount Sinai, everyone heard the voice of the Lord. But they got scared and they said, please, Lord, don't talk to us anymore because your voice is too powerful. Just
2 million.
Talk to
2
Moses.
million.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Just please talk to Moses. And then Moses went up the mountain and he talked, and the whole night people heard the sound of thunder. Okay? So this was apparent to everybody. Now, you compare that to Muhammad, every time he had a revelation, he was either by himself or there was a guy named Dihya. And it was Dihya so much that everybody, even people said, by Allah, that's friggin' Dihya, bro. So it's nothing at all, not even close to being the same.
Well, regardless, 40 days and 40 nights on top of Mount Sinai, and they start doing the golden calf. Mm-hmm. So they have made some mistakes also. Mm-hmm. Half of them were swallowed by the earth, is what the Bible says. Mm-hmm. Whoever did that, off. I believe that they were ostracized or sent, but the Bible says that the earth opened and swallowed them. So which one you want, I don't care. But that happens. While they're listening, the mountain and the thunder on the top of the mountain and Moses on the top of it. And then he came and they went another 40 days. So it was 40 days, come back, see what they were doing, half of them off, and he has to climb again for another 40 days and 40 nights.
Yep. The green person in the comments says, "Scary, what do you think of the prophecies of Muhammad?" Muhammad didn't have any prophecies. Muhammad, so I'll give you an example, right? So Muhammad said supposedly in the hadiths that, like, you know, you see these buildings right here, in the future we're going to build better buildings. That's not a prophecy. Muhammad said things like, you see these most powerful countries in the world, one day the Muslims are going to defeat them. That's not a prophecy. Okay.
He said that also the sperm was created in the spine.
Let me give you an example of what a prophecy actually looks like, okay? Let me show you what a prophecy actually looks like so you guys can see. Hold on, let me pull this up in the Bible. Because I'm a Christian, don't play. Here. I think it's Daniel 7, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the one, guys, that it said, hold on. I think it's Daniel 2 then. What verse in Daniel talks about the coming of the anointed one and the temple? Let me show you guys what an actual, this is what you want to look for when you want to know who's the actual prophet, okay, guys? Yeah, Daniel 9:26. Oh, yeah, that's the one, okay. This is, when you look at Muhammad's prophecy, like, there's one prophecy about Rome, right? Where Muhammad says, the Romans have been defeated, but in a few years, they're going to win. That's not a prophecy, okay? And when you look at that prophecy, supposedly, Abu Bakr went around believing that in a few years they would win. So he went around making bets with the pagans saying they're gonna win within 5 years. And then 5 years went by and they didn't win. So that's why it's not a prophecy, because it's not something you can actually point to. So, but this is a prophecy right here. So Daniel chapter 9, verse 26. Look at how specific. Well, actually, let me read one verse before that. Hold on a second. While I was still in prayer, Gabriel, the man I had seen in the earlier vision, came to me in a swift flight about the time of the evening sacrifice. He instructed me and said to me, Daniel, I have now come to give you insight and understanding. As soon as you began to pray, a word went out with which I have come to tell you, for you are highly esteemed. Therefore, consider the word and understand the vision. Look at the specifics here. 77s are decreed for your people and your holy city to finish transgression, to put an end to sin, to atone for wickedness, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy place. So 77s is a very specific number. 77s means 70 weeks. So that would be what, 49? Right? And he says, from when? Know and understand this. From the time the word goes out to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until the anointed one, the ruler, comes, there will be 7 sevens and 62 sevens. It will be rebuilt with the streets and a trench, but in the times of trouble. After the 62 sevens, the anointed one will be put to death. This is a prophecy. The anointed one will be put to death, and he will have nothing. And the people of the ruler who will come will destroy the city and the sanctuary. This is a prophecy. The end will come like a flood. War will continue until the end, and desolations have decreed. He will confirm a covenant with many for 1 7. In the middle of the 7, he will put an end to sacrifice and offering. And at the temple, he will set up an abomination that causes desolation until it is decreed is poured out on him. This is what a prophecy looks like. He gives you an exact starting date from the decree to rebuild the temple, and he gives you an exact end date, the 7 sevens and 62 sevens. And then he tells you exactly what's going to happen. The anointed one, the Messiah, will come. He will establish a covenant that puts an end to sin, and then he will be put to death. And then the temple will be destroyed. This is written in the book of Daniel. How long before Jesus was this book written? I forgot. It was like hundreds of years. Let me see. Scholarly consensus, the book of Daniel was written roughly 165 to 195 years before Jesus. Right? How precise is that? What evidence, hold on, what evidence do we have of that? Here we go. The earliest copies of the Dead Sea Scrolls date from 125 BCE onward, consistent with a composition shortly before that. So that's what you want to look for in terms of a prophecy, right? That's a prophecy. When you look at what Muhammad said, oh yeah, one day we're going to build buildings, one day we're going to beat all the empires in the world, that's not a prophecy. That's basically, sounds like what Donald Trump is saying. Donald Trump makes predictions like that all the time. I guess nobody wants to come up. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I'm going to take a break here, guys. I might be back. I'm going to go get some food. And we'll be back later, okay? If you guys are not following, give me a follow right now. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Also, if you want to watch the replays of these videos, they're on YouTube at Scary Hours Podcast. You go to the live section. All the videos are there. And if you want to join and you're on YouTube right now and you want to join next time, follow me on TikTok at Scary Hours Podcast Live. And you guys could join the conversation, because I see everybody on YouTube is saying he doesn't know anything, he's a loser. Okay, so just come, you could come to the live and prove me wrong, okay? All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys, YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Muhammad.